misfits and dope addicts are here.
Steve in Kaysville just wants to go on the record as saying he is not a scrub.
He is not.
In Kaysville. There are scrubs there. He's not.
As a matter of fact, in Kaysville, there are mostly scrubs.
Mostly scrubs.
As a matter of fact, Steve may be the only non-scrub in Kaysville.
I'll say this about Steve. If you have to say you're not a scrub, chances are
you might be a scrub.
You're a scrub.
Yep. So there you go.
Because on this day in 1971, Lisa Left Eye Lopez was born.
What a bad life, man.
Yeah.
Rough.
And then died very young. Only 30 when she died.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
In a car accident.
Oh. She'd been involved in a car accident before that, too, where a 10-year-old Honduran boy was killed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And there was a story that she was like on the roadside cradling him in her arms.
Geez.
Oh. I think she hit him, but he was like walking on the road at night. Anyway, just such a talented trio of people, and then they didn't really last long. I don't know how many years they were together, but
well, when you die at 30, there's not a lot of time to do much.
I thought I was going to die at 30, and here I am. I don't know how that worked out.
You tried really hard.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I just sort of
all
thought,
those adventures you've had.
I just thought 30 is probably a good point. But, yeah. And that song did exceptionally well. And they made a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
They made a lot of money. And the other two, I think, are still performing as solo artists. But, yeah. So, Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Yeah. Why did they call her Left Eye?
Because she'd put a condom in.
What?
Like, she wore glasses.
Yeah.
And she'd cover up. I don't know if she showed the left eye or she covered the left eye. But
I always saw her with an eye patch.
It was one of those things where you think that they were in a meeting going, okay, we need something gimmicky. We're going to cover up. We're always going to cover up your left eye and with something. I don't know.
I'll see if I can find exactly why. Maybe she was blind in one eye.
She may have been. I don't know. Maybe she was missing an eye. There were other birthdays today that we could have done. It's Andre 3000's birthday. We could have done an Outcast, Shake It Like a Polaroid Picture. We could have done that for a opening number.
We used to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could throw it in there still if you want.
I'm not going to because it's got an E next to it.
Oh, what is that? Oh,
explicit.
Can't do it.
Yeah,
oh.
it's got some bad
for
words
explicit.
in it.
All right.
You know what explicit means, right?
I'm aware. Yes.
Okay. Just checking. I'm looking through her biography here on Wikipedia and trying to figure. And I'm skimming through it real fast, trying to find what. Maybe somebody in the chat room knows. They're good at finding that.
Wikipedia is not the only source.
Yes,
Lisa Lopez left eye after a compliment she received about her left eye being more distinctive than her right eye, possibly from a potential admirer. The left eye was perceived as more striking. She was known as Left Eye.
So did she cover up her right eye?
She must have.
To emphasize the...
Her left eye was more slanted than her right eye.
Okay.
Oh, she was complimented by Michael Bivens.
Who's
from
that?
New Edition.
Oh, wow.
And the Biv of Belle Biv DeVoe.
They ain't no scrubs.
No.
They ain't no scrubs.
If Michael Bivens says, you got one good-looking left eye there, Lisa.
I'm looking at pictures of her, and it's true.
Poison.
It's true, and she wears her hair so that it covers her right eye. Yeah.
Because why would you show that ugly right eye?
Oh, it's hideous.
It's wonky.
Girl, I must
warn you.
Something strange.
So horrible.
Yo, situation is
serious.
It's so horrible. You know all the words. It's
because you listen to it over and over again.
Oh, do me, baby.
No, don't say that.
That's the name of the song.
Oh.
This is more horrible than Poison. It's exactly what it sounds
And you know
like.
all the words, don't
Yes.
you? Because it's so horrible, you listen to it over and over and over again.
I'm so sorry, baby.
It's 2 times 1 minus... What is
3
that?
times
3
1
times...
minus 1.
You know, Gina, generally what I do with horrible songs is listen to them once and then never listen to them again. Isn't that the logical thing to do?
I mean... But sometimes they're ubiquitous. I mean, I didn't seek it out. It happened around me.
There's a...
You tripped and fell. And
Yeah.
I fell and memorized.
Time and time again.
tripped and fell, landed in the lyrics of...
In the Belle Biv
You
DeVoe
couldn't
hole.
turn off the radio. You couldn't flip to another channel.
No.
You couldn't.
I was
no.
trapped under something heavy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't get.
All the bad music I know is from work.
Because you had
You
to,
had to
yeah,
listen.
you
I
were
had to
trapped.
listen to that stuff, you know.
Yeah. Little River Band comes to mind.
The River Band is one.
Yeah.
You got to listen to Little River
Oh,
Band.
please. I've got Alabama songs memorized, okay?
But not. He didn't want to do it. No. He had to do it for work. Honey, I have to do this for work.
You know why? Because I worked a 40-hour week for a living just to send it on down the line.
There you go.
That's why.
There you go.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Okay, let's take a break. And then when we come back, you can check in with the Radio from Hell show. You know, I realize I'm only here today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm working 2 days this week.
You're off Thursday and Friday.
Yep, and I think I'm off Monday, too, I think.
Are you?
I think
Better
so.
check on that.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
would
sure.
you let us know?
Yeah,
I'm
you
pretty sure. No, okay. Am I off Monday, Katie?
Did Katie make your travel arrangements?
Katie's doing the wise thing. She's not listening to the show right now. 877-602-9696. That's the number to call and check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning. You can also text us if you like to do that. That's 33986.
All right. We'll talk to you after these messages. Larson, HVAC, and Plumbing.
We're going to be up in the 90s this week.
Hope your AC's
Yeah,
working.
it's finally time to, if you haven't had it on, you're going to want it on, and you're going to want it serviced, because it's been probably sitting dormant for months. You should be calling Larson HVAC and Plumbing. They're our friends, Sean and his family. They've owned that business since 2017. And you should be part of their VIP program, like we all are. Part of that program is Sean called us and said, hey, it's time to service your AC. You
What?
don't even-
Already?
Yeah, you don't even have to remember to do it. They take care of that for you. They also give you discounts on things if you need them done, if you're part of that program. They're plumbers, too. I've had them at my house doing plumbing things. And right now, friends of the program can enter to win one of 3 Ecobee smart thermostats installed for free. I've got this in my house, too. Lots of easy ways to enter before the end of the month. You'll find them all at larsonhvac.com/X96. You can call them and mention X96, 801-930-50.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Denture, Denture, denture. And now we're pleased once again to welcome to the show Dawn Griddle.
Excuse me, ma'am. It's Criddle.
What's Criddle?
My name. It's Criddle, not Griddle. In your introduction there, you called me Don Griddle instead of Don Criddle. I'm Don Criddle, Marimona, Utah.
Apologies. We are pleased to welcome to the show Don Criddle. Mr. Criddle is the mayor of Mona, Utah, and he will use our Utah word of the day as he delivers to us Mona Community Notes. Mr. Mayor, if you please.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Don Criddle, Marimona, Utah, and this is Mona Community Notes. And with me today is my boy Denver Criddle. He gets off school today because it's a Mona holiday.
Howdy, folks. I'm Denver Criddle, the son of the mayor of Mona, Don Griddle.
Denver.
Sorry, Dave. I just thought it was pretty funny when that lady said your name was Griddle. I just laughed and laughed and laughed. I bet the folks listening to us right now thought it was funny, too. I'll bet they just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Denver, why don't you tell everybody what today's Mona holiday celebration is?
Okie dokie, Daddy. It is Burl Ives Day today in Mona.
That's right. And do you know why it's Burl Ives Day?
No, Daddy, I don't even know what a Burl Ives is. Is it some kind of bush or shrub or something like that? Oh, no, I bet it's an animal, a rabbit, breed of dog or something like that. Am I right, Daddy?
Burl Ives was a man, Denver. He was a singer. And one day, I think this is back in the 30s, Burl Ives was passing through the town of Mona. And he stopped and he sang a song for folks. A song that was so dirty, the mayor of Mona back then had him thrown in jail. And we celebrate the day because it represents the fact that Mona City has and always will do the right thing.
What was the dirty song, Daddy?
Well, it was called Foggy, Foggy Dew. And it's about an old guy who is a weaver and this young girl who's afraid of the bugaboo. But see, old Burl, he changed it to Foggy, Foggy Dew, with the dew part being this young lady's innocent. Well, oh, hell, Denver. That's all I can tell you because, well, it's just too dirty for a young woman.
Is it more dirty than that there once was an old hermit named Dave poem I heard you say once?
I told you to forget about that, Denver.
Oh, that's right. That's okie dokie, Daddy. I'm going to forget it right now.
You better forget it. I told you at the time you overheard that poem, you should forget it. And if you didn't, I told you I'd give you a whack that'd dent your head.
I've been trying, Daddy, but I keep thinking about that hermit named Dave and what he had in his cave.
Denver, I'll dent your head. Now, enough. We got to go downtown for the parade. I'm the Grand Marshal, and we are riding on the Burl Ives float.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
People don't seem to have want to avail themselves of the phone lines. It's easy to do. You just call 877-602-9696, and you can say good morning and chat with us for a second. It's a nice way to start the day.
What'd you do this weekend?
Yeah, that kind of thing. You can also text us if you like, 33986. We have a sponsor here, Gina?
We have lots of them all day. Click it or ticket. Remember to buckle up your loved ones every trip, every seat, every age. A message by the Utah Department of Public Safety. Visit clickit.utah.gov.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to trigger anything in you, Gina. I'm sorry.
The answer is yes to that question today.
Okay. I got that from the anger that you threw along with it. Listen, the moon is just barely starting to go toward fullness. It's just 0.4% of full right now. What there is of it, the moon will set today at 10:15 p.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 27th day of May in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Nothing to Fear Day. Nothing to fear but fear itself.
Is that when the speech was made?
Yeah, FDR said that, and that's bull.
Yeah, I can think of lots of things to
crap.
be afraid of.
I know, including fear. It's National Gray Day. The day is organized by Voices Against Brain Cancer. Is there anyone here in favor of brain cancer?
Me.
You're in favor
Carrie's
of brain
pro,
cancer.
if he can decide who gets it, right? If you could point and
exactly.
go, you.
It's National Grape Popsicle Day.
Ooh.
There are lots of flavors for popsicles. You know, lemon, strawberry, watermelon.
Root beer's the good one.
Oh, root beer, yeah.
I like a root
Banana.
beer pop.
It says here that the popsicle was invented by Accident in California. I don't know the story, though. Most popular, I'm going to make it a point to have popsicles in my freezer all summer long. Popsicles, I've ignored them for too long. And it's National Hairstylist Mental Health Awareness Day.
Okay.
Hairstylist, it's a stressful job.
Yeah.
Well, and people usually dump on their hairstylists all day long. They
Yeah, that's
listen
true.
to
That's true.
people's
Yeah.
problems. So.
You know, I got a haircut scheduled for tomorrow. I'll tell Matt that
No,
you
dump
still
on him.
go to Matt.
Dump on him.
Of course, I still go to Matt.
Why wouldn't he still go
I
to
don't
Matt?
know.
You find somebody that does the job good, you stay with
He
them.
does a wonderful job.
Yeah.
This is, we're going live now with an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson right there putting on his work hat. I'm Bill Allred. Over there is Gina Marie Barberi. Katie for short is our producer, trying to get our air conditioning fixed. And Maya is here. Hi, Maya, helping out. And there's a dog in there, too. I'll bet Vax is probably, sleeping. There he is. All right, now we'll go to your check-ins at 877-602-9696.
Check-ins brought to you by Jerry Seiner Cadillac. Celebrate their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Seiner difference.
She's going to be aggressive like that all day.
Well, all right, let's start with Jen.
Hi, Jen. Where are you calling from? Sunset, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, what's up? What's new?
Oh, I was just calling to say good morning, and I'm going on vacation with my family. We're going to take a 10-day vacation on Thursday, so I'm super excited. It'll be a short week for me, too.
Where are you going?
We're going to the Redwoods and then up the Oregon coast.
Oh, nice. It'll be
Love
lovely.
the Oregon
Going to
coast.
drive the whole way from Sunset?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we are.
Now are you what position do you hold in the family?
I am the mother of 4 daughters, and I have a husband.
Ah, well, it sounds like a lovely trip. Will you tell us about it when you come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I will.
Safe travels, Jen.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Let's go to Tom.
Hey, Tom. Good morning in West Valley. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? I love listening to you.
Thank you. Thanks. Is that it?
Hey, I'm getting married. I'm getting married today.
Today?
Wow.
Today.
Is this the first time?
Yes, it's the first time.
How old are you, Tom?
Hopefully the only time.
Yeah.
Should be the only time. I'm 30 years old.
That's good.
And who are you marrying?
A lovely woman, Adrija. She
Adrija?
is Adrija, yes. She's beautiful. Beautiful Indian woman.
So, I'd love to see pictures of your wedding if you want to send us a couple.
Yeah, we'll take lots of pictures. I'll share some with you.
Okay, where are you getting married?
At the courtyard at my apartment complex. It's very cute. So we're doing a small little 30 people. It'll be
excellent.
It'll be nice.
Cool. And then are you going on a honeymoon?
A little too broke for that at the moment, but we're saving up and we'll do that later this year.
Well, get some popsicles.
Popsicles for the
good
wedding?
idea.
For the
Good
wedding.
idea.
Give everybody a popsicle
Yeah.
at the wedding because it's going to be kind of warm today.
We'll do that.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Tom.
Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you.
See ya. All right.
Braden is here.
Hi, Braden and Sandy. What's up with you?
Hello.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just wanted to say good morning and thank you for letting me listen. Controlling the Narrative is one of my favorite radio programs.
Thank you. Referencing a phone call from last week. Yes. Yep. Thanks a lot, Braden.
God bless you, Braden.
See you later.
All right.
Our friends of the program pay attention.
Yes. Cindy is here.
Cindy, I believe it's
Oh,
our
it's our librarian, yes.
Librarian, Cindy. Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning, you guys. I wanted to update you on what's going on with the book Speak in the Jordan School District.
Okay.
So we got over 200 people that wrote in appeals, which was great. And tonight is the board meeting at 6:30 p.m. And this is probably going to be one of the few public comment times that we have to let the board know before they will go into discuss whatever they're going to decide to do with the books.
Okay, so where is that going to happen?
It's down at JATC South, which is like, what is it? Oh, I'm so sorry I don't have the address, but it is, if you go to jordandistrict.org and look up the board meetings, there will be an address there.
Okay.
And it starts at 6:30. If anybody wants to make a public comment, they probably need to come about 6:15 or so, so that they can sign in and say that they want to make a public comment.
But you need to be a resident of the Jordan School District. Is that correct?
Well, they will come first, yes. If we can get residents of the Jordan School District, that would be the best. But, parents, any resident of any sort in the Jordan School District would be great.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Cindy.
Thanks, Cindy.
So thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Quite a few text check-ins, but we are out of time. So traffic, please.
Well, okay. Let's see. Crash Mountain View Corridor northbound, about a half mile before 27th South. The right lane and both shoulders remain blocked. Traffic is back to 41st South. Unfortunately, 5600 West is not an alternate as it is closed also. So you're going to have issues all around there. If you're seeing something, you can share it with us via text at 33986. Do you or someone you love struggle with addiction? Help is out there. Renaissance Ranch is one of Utah's best addiction treatment centers. They accept most private insurance and Medicaid. Schedule a free consultation at renaissanceranch.com.
All right, 6:28. We will take a break, play a song for you. After that song, it's Big Boy News and Opinionuendo, and Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. The Dead Celebrity Game coming up. We'll explain how to play and what you'll win coming up. Is this sponsored, Gina? Oh.
I don't know.
Very unprofessional.
It's time to talk to the donut critic.
Really?
Benjamin Lee. Ben, good morning. How are you?
Great, and I'm sorry I missed 2 weeks ago. I was in Disneyland, so.
All right.
Now, Ben, Valentine's Day, and you're talking donuts for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because usually when I get to Valentine's Day, I've already forgotten or I think I can pick up something, but that's always not the case.
Yeah.
You get there, they've sold out, they've already booked, and so you end up going to the grocery store, getting something that nobody wants, and probably spending more money than you had planned for.
I got you this rose at the 7-Eleven.
No, it works, obviously, but I think this is going to be your reminder. So go out and book the place that you want, restaurant-wise, treat-wise, and or order from Amazon or wherever you're getting stuff to get it by Valentine's Day. So 2 weeks away to Valentine's Day.
Okay, now tell us about the Chubby Baker. What can we get for Valentine's Day?
Okay, so they have a box going on. It's a heart-shaped box with 3 donuts and 2 drinks.
This is adorable, by the way. Katie's going to post a picture of this so you can see it.
Yeah, Chubby Baker has gone all out on this box. It's an amazing box in itself, and then the donuts are just phenomenal.
Oh, man, they are really good.
So what Chubby Baker does really well is her base. So she is originally from Thailand. She moved here and kind of was trying to decide what to do. So she brought her Asian flavors into her bakery. And so it's an Asian American bakery that honestly serves the lightest and the freshest flavors. So what
the plain donut is delicious.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing.
So what I have brought and what you're tasting right now, the pink one that I have given you is a hot guava.
It's got like tahini or something on it.
There's a little
there's spice in it.
Yeah, there's something going on there.
So it's got the great flavor of guava, but yes, it's got that little heat to it.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Then there's the Ferrero Rocher. So that one's just pretty typical with more of like a Nutella and a nut to it.
Lovely.
She has a brown butter glaze that I gave you as well.
Quite like that one too, yeah.
Yep. And again, when it goes with an amazing base, it just heightens that so much. And then the crown jewel is the passion fruit cream cheese. So you'll notice there are some seeds on that, but it's a cream cheese mixed with passion fruit and then topped with passion fruit on top, some fresh passion fruit.
I'll have yours, Gina.
I'm busy. These are really, really good.
Yes.
Now, I see here, and I've never heard of Chubby Baker. There's 3 locations?
Oh, really?
So she has one on 9th South and 300 East. That was her first location.
That was the one I was aware of,
Yep. So it's kind of tucked in on 9th South. So sometimes if you're not looking, it's hard to notice. But it's a big pink sign. And then she opened up an orange store late last year, right by University Mall. So if you're going to Trader Joe's, you might as well just like hop over and go to Chubby Baker as well.
Yeah.
And then she has a Draper one opening probably later this year.
Oh, really?
And what is this angel's name?
So her name is Ying.
This angel.
And I don't want to like toot my own horn, but I was one of the first to try it and then just blast her over my Instagram feed because it was so amazing. I really did try it and immediately thought everybody has to.
Because like I said, just the base donut is incredible. And then you add all these wonderful flavors on top of it and it just...
Now this guava, is that cream cheese and guava mixed as well?
Yeah, so just, again, her flavors are kind of savory, sweet, and a lot of them are very light. So you go to a traditional donut shop and you get like a heavy cream. These are really light, and so I feel like it just works and balances more with that dough and the sugar that's already within it.
Now this Valentine's special, it's this heart-shaped box, which is really cute. You get the 3 donuts like you talked about and 2 drinks, and all of that is only $22.
Yeah, no, it's so cheap.
Very cheap.
Now wait a minute. What it says here? Oh, I misread that. It said a raspberry rose ring. I thought it said a raspberry nose ring.
Well, that would be quite the gift.
Yeah, what's that? And that's just great. And then and that box is just really clever.
Valentine gift.
Honestly, you should get it as a gift for that. You know,
exactly.
I feel like you get gifts, but there are some things that just like heighten and it's treat wise.
So if the person that we're giving Valentine for is not a donut person, I mean, they will be after these, of course, but do they have other things besides donuts?
Oh, yeah. So they have done croffles, which are like croissant and waffles.
Ooh.
They do specialty drinks, which are really good. Hot or cold specialty drinks. And then they also have a lot of cakes. And again, those light flavors are infused within the cakes as well.
So you should probably, if you want to get this, reserve it now and then pick it up.
Yep. So pickups on Valentine's Day. Reservations are going on now. They will sell out. Trust me. I know that she says that there's probably a pickup option, but based on how many people are going to be ordering this, you're going to want to do it now.
Now, other than this, what are your other suggestions for Valentine's Day?
So specialty chocolates, obviously.
Yes.
But I'm not like a C's fan. I like to do something that's local. So you have the Chez Nibs. So owner of Les Madeleine decided to now branch off into chocolates, and her chocolates really are decadent and amazing.
And that's at the location?
Same location on 5th South, yep.
So, yeah, we've had some of their chocolates. Oh, they are good, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And they're pretty. They're like pretty to look at.
Yes.
They're very artistically.
Oh, very, very much so. I had a heart-shaped one, and it was, I didn't even want to eat it because it looked so pretty. And then another one that I really like is the chocolate. So they have a location in South Jordan, and then also one in...
That's the name of the place?
Yep, the chocolate.
The chocolate.
Yep.
Okay.
So they do cakes really well, cookies, other desserts. And the fun thing about them is they do late night dessert. So you can go get hot chocolate, a drink, and all of your cakes and treats and hang out.
Wow.
The chocolate. And what are the locations of that again?
South Jordan. So I think it's Redwood and like 9600 South area.
Okay.
And then in Orem, it's 250 South State Street.
Okay. These are all excellent, and if you can't remember them, do we post this on our website? x96.com, or you can follow Ben on Instagram, just the Donut Critic.
Yep.
Look for him, and you'll find all this kind of stuff. Those chubby donuts are just great.
Amazing.
Her catchphrase is "chubby but happy." So
Explains me.
She's a chubby angel.
Yes, she is.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, all.
Thank you, Ben. All right. That's delicious. Because on this day, happy 67th birthday to Wayne Hussey of The Mission. He was also a former member of Sisters of Mercy, Dead or Alive, and more. But he played guitar and sang that song there.
Thank you.
No problem. Big boy news and opinioendo now. Then Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. We're going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You will win.
Tickets to see Blue October, October 25th at the Union.
Blue October tickets, 877-602-9696. All you got to do is play Frank Christ Presents to get those tickets. Call and line up when you feel the need. The sooner the better, of course. It increases your odds. Big boy news and opinioendo now brought to you by...
Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music, enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Don't miss Jaunty and Lapdog Friday, May 30th at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Speaking of dead celebrities, Phil Robertson, the Duck Dynasty patriarch, has died at the age of 79. Robertson's daughter-in-law, Corey Robertson, shared the news on her Facebook page on Sunday. Robertson was, of course, the founder of Duck Commander, which is a duck call company. They made duck calls, and they made millions of dollars. They were considered.
You wouldn't think there would be millions of dollars in duck calls.
They were considered the best duck callers in the world. Then they did a reality show about, I don't know whose idea that was, did a reality show about them called Duck Dynasty, and they were pretty horrible people, all of them.
Yep.
Welcome to hell.
Yep.
Yeah. Mr. Robertson, the elder, he was taken off the show for a while because he made some really nasty comments about gay people.
Yep.
In an interview, and he was off the show for a couple of years, and then they brought him back. And Christy Brinkley, the Uptown Girl, Billy Joel's ex-wife, is still cheering on everyone's favorite Piano Man. The day after Billy Joel announced that he was canceling all of his future tour dates following a brain disorder diagnosis, Christy Brinkley told her ex to take care of himself, stay positive, and remember all the joy you create. Dear Billy, the whole Brinkley gang is sending you lots of love and good wishes for a full and speedy recovery. I don't know the diagnosis. It doesn't look good. He's got water on the brain.
Well, and he's been like falling down and having
it's not good.
Obvious problems.
I was listening to, so they play Piano Man a lot right now because of that, and I'd forgotten the opening of Piano Man. It's a harmonica.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not a piano.
No,
which I think is weird. I just think that's weird. Anyway,
it's about a guy who plays piano.
All right. So it's not about a guy who plays harmonica.
No.
So I don't know why they open with a harmonica.
All right.
Anyway, it just struck me as odd. Moving on to other stories. 3 older adult men were injured after an accidental discharge, I like the way they put that, at a Salt Lake City shooting range. Now, by accidental discharge, they mean a gun went off accidentally. When do they put accidental discharge? A Salt Lake City Police Department said that the 79-year-old man, a 78-year-old man, and an 84-year-old man were shooting skeet at the Lee K. Public Shooting Range.
Paul?
This range is managed by the Division of Wildlife Resources and is located on the southwest side of Salt Lake, according to SLCPD. The 79-year-old man experienced a malfunction with his shotgun. While he was trying to clear the malfunction, he accidentally fired it while it was pointing at the ground.
Oh, geez.
2 rounds were discharged. Faith Jolly, a spokesperson for DWR, stated that the man's foot was hit and his 2 friends were injured by ricocheting BBs. He drove himself to a local hospital before police arrived at the shooting range. They described his foot injury as moderate. The 2 friends who were struck with BBs sustained minor injuries, were treated at the scene. DWR said nobody involved received any life-threatening injuries. But 3 old codgers shooting skeet, and an accident happens.
Your old gun, you crazy.
Heber City, well known for its scenic views that draw visitors in both the 2-legged and 4-legged variety from near and far. Once in a great while, we would get, there'd be a moose in town. And I'm talking maybe once every couple of years, said resident Amy Rolfe. But now, even the deer year-round are in people's yards. So there's more wildlife for some reason coming into town. Over the weekend, there was an unexpected visitor that made its way through town. It was like, that's no way. There's a bear in town.
I'll be damned. That's a bear.
I'll be. Why would a bear be traveling around town? Oh, I think he was hoping that the drive-in was open. Yeah. Probably wanted a soft serve.
Looking for something to eat.
Yeah. So the bear sort of wandered around town. Finally, they had to come and scare him off. They tranquilized the bear. They didn't scare him off. The Wildlife Resources tranquilized the bear and took him back up into the mountains. The bear went over the mountain to see what he could see, and all that he could see was the other side of the mountain. The Texas legislature has done it. Come September, every public school classroom in Texas will be required to display the 10 Commandments.
What about kids that are different religions that go to public school?
Well, listen, the 10 Commandments can do them little Muslim kids some good too. They read it. It's universal. They will be required to display the 10 Commandments under a requirement that passed a key vote in the Texas legislature on Sunday, part of a larger push in Texas and beyond to increase the role of religion in schools.
There should be no place for religion in schools. If you would like religion in schools, there are religious schools.
Go to a religious school.
I sent my children to religious schools. That was a choice I made.
I saw the video of them passing this, at least debating it anyway. And the guy was asking the woman who was in the leader of the, we want them in.
The movement.
And he says, could you tell me what day is the Sabbath? Sunday, for when the day the Lord rose from the tomb. And what day is the Sabbath in the Jewish religion? Saturday. He says, okay, and we are here on a Saturday. Also says that we shouldn't be working on the Sabbath, right? So would you be willing to come back on Monday and do that, And he just picked apart her argument to the point where she was just like...
Senator Phil King, a Republican from Weatherford, Texas, said the bill requires every classroom to visibly display a poster size at least 16 by 20 inches. The poster can't include any text other than the language laid out in the bill, and no other similar posters may be displayed.
I hope that someone's taking this to court.
Yeah, they already are. Donald Trump, in a post on Truth Social, hammered the Biden administration's handling of the southern border and slammed judges who've ruled against his administration in the first 4 months of his second White House term. He used the occasion of Memorial Day to do this.
Yep.
Happy Memorial Day to all.
Happy Memorial.
Yeah, because it's a joyous occasion.
You don't say Happy Memorial.
No.
Does he? I don't think he knows what Memorial Day is.
Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped, radical left minds, who, this is all in caps, who allowed 21,000 million people, 21 million people. He wrote 21,000,000, and then million, wrote the word million people. So I guess that's 4 million, or I don't know, to illegally enter our country, making many of them being criminals and the mentally insane through an open border that only an incompetent president would approve, and through judges who are on a mission to keep murderers, drug dealers, rapists, gang members, and released prisoners from all over the world in our country. Because, that's what judges want to do. That's what they want to do, so that they can rob, murder, and rape again. The president continued. Oh, I won't go on. It's all in caps, and it's just just
all
awful.
Insane ranting.
None of these judgments against the Trump administration is about not deporting people that need to be deported. It is about due process. Okay, fine. These people need to be deported. Bring them before a judge and present the evidence, and then you can deport them.
There was a great article here in the New York Times on Sunday, Why Vietnam Ignored Its Own Laws to Fast-Track a Trump Family Golf Complex. They're building a huge golf course in Vietnam, and there's going to be a Trump Tower in Hanoi City, and they're just ignoring their own laws about how these things are supposed to be done and fast-tracking it because it's Donald Trump. And there was I don't know if I can find it, there was a quote from one resident who said, they will take everything and I will have nothing. They will take everything, all of the land. They're not listening to us.
Nope.
They just come here and impose their will on us. They will take everything and the people will have nothing. Liverpool victory parade, football club victory parade, driver plowing into the crowd, seriously injuring a child, an adult. More than 24 people were sent to hospitals. That was in England yesterday. The crash created chaos at the end of a festive day in which hundreds of thousands of sports fans had gathered for a parade through the Liverpool city centre to celebrate their team. The driver was a 53-year-old British man from the Liverpool area. He was arrested at the scene after the vehicle stopped. They're not saying much about...
They think this is somebody that was just irritated with the crowds.
The chaos.
And couldn't get out and was just like, I'm just going to plow my way through here. They don't think this was a terrorist attack or anything.
Yeah, there's no evidence to say that it was. Let's see... A Utah woman is now facing charges for failure to remain at the scene of an accident after police say she drove with somebody on the hood of her car and kept driving after the victim fell off. Khadija Muhammad, 18 years old, arrested on Saturday. According to court documents, officers with the West Valley Police Department were called to the intersection of 4100 South and Falcon Street for an accident involving a vehicle and a pedestrian. When the officers arrived, they learned the victim had been in an argument with Khadija Muhammad at an unknown location prior to the event. At one point during the fight, the victim climbed onto the hood of the car driven by Ms. Muhammad. Detectives say she then left the scene driving with the victim on the car, and then at some point he fell off, and she just kept going, didn't stop to make sure he was okay, and the victim is in the hospital in critical condition. And Highway Patrol, let me do this story then. We're going to wrap it up. Have you seen the video of French President Emmanuel Macron getting off a plane? You can see the cameras on the door of the plane. The door opens. He comes into the picture, and all of a sudden, a hand, or two hands, I think, just shove him in the face. And he looks startled, and he looks in there. It was his wife.
Whoa.
She
What?
Now, later on, reporters asked them what was going on there. Well, we were joking and teasing and around, and I was teasing her, and that was the result of my teasing her. Look,
it doesn't look like that to me.
It looks like, God, how? But maybe he was teasing her, and he went too far, and she was angry. But they seem to be fine.
All right. Weather traffic, sports weather traffic.
Oh, Mary Lou Retton got a DUI.
Oh, gymnast, former gymnast.
Olympian, MAGA gymnast.
Yeah.
Mary Lou Retton. Arrested in West Virginia, driving under the influence of alcohol, controlled substances, or drugs. She's been having some problems, Mary Lou Retton. In the NBA, you have the Oklahoma City Thunder over the Minnesota Timberwolves, 128-126. Oklahoma leads that series 3-1. Let's see, today you've got the Knicks and the Pacers at 6 o'clock. In the NHL, Carolina Hurricanes 3, Florida Panthers 0. Florida leads that series 3-1. Today you've got the Stars and the Oilers at 6 o'clock. That's your sports weather. Warm and getting warmer. 86 and sunny today, 87 tomorrow. 20% chance of spotty sprinkles tomorrow. And then we just keep on pushing through to the 90s. Looks like all the way through into the weekend. Traffic, we've got a stalled semi northbound I-15 just after 27th North and far west. The two right lanes are blocked. Crash northbound Mountain View Corridor, 31st South in West Valley. This has caused pretty significant backups to 41st South. And 5600 West is not an alternate. It is closed, so that's adding to the delays there. Whatever you're seeing on the roads, you can text us, 33986. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more in employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart are your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Good morning, Frank.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Frank Christ just joined us in the studio.
Oh, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. I'm just fine. Thank you.
Good.
Frank, the reaper of celebrity souls. I guess Phil Robertson was a celebrity.
Did you get Phil?
I don't do reality stars.
Oh, okay. That's a different...
Only real celebrities.
Yeah. That's a fine duck call they make, though, for the Duck Commander Company.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you'd had some experience duck hunting. Frank is
Is that Bravo Christ? Is that who does the reaping?
Yes,
Bravo Christ.
Sure.
The reality.
I don't even bother knowing the name. They're not celebrities to me.
Okay.
Frank is the Grim Reaper, the Reaper of celebrities. He is as you would expect a Reaper to be, a skeletal figure with a robe and a scythe. He goes around in an electric scooter, though, which is the sort of...
Well, I love the environment, and I hate horses.
There you go. And when a celebrity dies, Frank has to rush to the scene. You have to make sure they're actually dead, right?
Well, it's easy to tell.
You can? Okay.
Yeah.
And then he takes their essence, their soul, puts it in the sidecar of his electric scooter, and whisks them off to the... what is called the distribution center,
That's
right?
what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that where they're distributed to heaven or hell.
And they get on a train.
A train. All right, let's see.
It either takes them to, it takes them to hell.
Mostly.
Mostly.
This is a curse for Frank because he loves the celebrities. He doesn't like to do this. But we play a macabre game called Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Do we have a contestant for the game?
Jennifer is here.
Jennifer, good morning.
No, Julia.
Or Julia.
Excuse me.
Julia, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, just fine.
Okay, good. Now, Julia, for playing this macabre game where you identify the dead celebrity. See, Frank has given me this list. 3 of the celebrities on a list they're fine. They're just fine. But one of them Frank has taken, and if you can select the dead celebrity, you'll win what, Gina?
You'll win tickets to see Blue October, October 25th at the Union.
You ready to give it a try, Julia?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Because it is National Hairstylist Mental Health Awareness Day, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies set in the world of hairstylists and barbers. Number 1, Charles Napier. His first prominent role in a film was in Cherry, Harry, and Raquel. Other movies were Something Wild, Married to the Mob, The Silence of the Lambs, Philadelphia, Beloved, and The Manchurian Candidate. He was memorable as Tucker McElroy in The Blues Brothers. He was in The Big Tease, about a gay Scottish hairdresser invited to the World Hairdresser Competition. Number 1, Charles Napier. Number 2, Lani Kazan. She was an understudy for Barbra Streisand in Funny Girl. She was nominated for an Emmy for St. Elsewhere and a Tony for My Favorite Year, the musical. She was memorable in My Favorite Year, the movie. She was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. She also played Aunt Frida on The Nanny. She was in Don't You Mess with the Zohan, about an Israeli commando who wants to become a hairdresser. Number 2, Lani Kazan. Number 3 is Rosemary Harris. Such a huge career. Award-winning stage work in The Lion in Winter, Old Times, The Royal Family, Hay Fever, A Delicate Balance. She was also known for being May Parker, the paternal aunt of Peter Parker in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. She was in Blow Dry, about a hairdressing competition. And finally, Susan Blakely, best known for her leading role in the miniseries Rich Man, Poor Man. Blakely was also in The Towering Inferno, Report to the Commissioner, Capone, The Concorde, Airport 79, and Over the Top. She was in Shampoo, about a womanizing hairdresser. Which one of those actors is dead, Julia?
Number 1?
You're correct. Charles Napier. Yep, he died in 2011 at the age of 75.
Too soon.
Congratulations. You've won a nice... it's Blue October, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
Yay! So excited. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you what you need to do next.
Charles Napier. Oh, tragedy.
Yes. He was actually... I was reading about him, as I was helping Frank get the list together, and he's real. People really liked him. He was apparently a very nice guy.
Lovely man. Mm-hmm. I've got to go check on Lee Merriweather.
Oh, good.
I would have thought she was long gone.
Yeah, me
no?
too.
99
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it'll be easy.
Yeah.
She's the least memorable Catwoman, you know.
Former Miss America.
The least
It's true.
memorable cat.
Yeah.
Is that what it's going to
Least
say on
memorable.
her tombstone,
On her
Frank?
tombstone.
Least
Even though she was in the best Batman project. She was in the movie.
Yeah. And she was fine.
Oh,
just
fine.
fine.
She's 99. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
A crash northbound I-15 and far west. The 2 right lanes are closed. Crash southbound Bangor Highway SR 201 junction off to the right shoulder. And I'd like an update on that Mountain View corridor crash. Haven't seen anything for about an hour on that. UDOT looks like it's saying things are still slow through there, but if you're stuck in it and have time to text us and let us know, I would appreciate it. 33986. Is your AC ready for summer? When was the last time you had your air conditioner serviced? Stay cool all summer long with a tune-up and save money on your energy bills with free smart thermostat from our friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. Go to larsonhvac.com/X96.
KXRK Provo. We got Boner of the Day coming up in the next hour. Stand by for that. ranlife.com/X96.
Ah, yes, Ranlife. I've worked with Ranlife Home Loans for many, many years now, and they're terrific people. And Ranlife, if they can help you make the most out of your home. Right now, they have a way to help you tap into the equity in your home, whether you're thinking about remodeling your kitchen or upgrading your backyard for summertime, or maybe it's not a home improvement thing at all you want to do. Maybe you want to take a trip to Europe that you have always wanted to do. Your home equity can make that happen. Don't sit on the value that you've built up in your house. Put it to work, and Ranlife can show you how to do that. If you go to ranlife.com/X96, you'll find out how much equity you have. They'll help you figure that out on the phone, and how you can access it. That's ranlife.com/X96, because summer should be more than bills and all of that kind of stuff. Make it happen with Ranlife.
Missed a morsel of murder from your...
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Smegs. S-M-E-G-S, Smegs. You'll also hear other Utah words in the following exchange, principally smush, S-M-U-S-H, and smolives, S-M-O-L-I-V-E-S.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
That's smush.
Smush. Did I say smoosh?
You did.
I'm sorry, sir.
Smush.
You tell it, Daddy.
Now listen in as the mayor of Mona, Utah, and his son Denver meet for breakfast.
Morning, Daddy. What are we having for breakfast?
Well, your mother has very kindly made us a big steaming bowl of this.
I don't like the looks of that, Daddy. What is that?
Smush, Denver. Come on. You've had this before. Smush. Cream of the wheat.
Oh.
And I know what you mean. I don't want this stuff neither. But it's better than what your mother was going to make us.
Well, what was that?
Avocado toast.
Avocado? Lord, I don't even want to think what that is.
You're right. But just be aware, it's a piece of toast with some avocados mushed up on it.
Ooh.
And then your mother put smolives on top of that.
Ooh.
I talked her out of it, and she said, fine, I'll make you smush then. I didn't dare say nothing more because you know how she can get.
Why can't we have a regular He-Man breakfast like we usually do?
Denver, you need to pay a little bit of attention to the world around you.
Oh?
We can't have the breakfast we want because all the chickens are sick. They got the flu.
So they have to stay home from work? Are all of them sick so they can't tend to laying?
Well, not all of them, but the gist is, with a lot less chickens producing, the price of the product they produce has went way up, and we can't afford them.
Well, what about another thought, Daddy? I mean, other animals make the same breakfast food that chickens do. What about turkeys or ducks or sparrows or robins? They all produce the same thing chickens do.
And they all got the flu.
Oh.
It's called the bird flu. In Denver, all of them are getting it.
Well, then, Daddy, we need to look at another source of the breakfast food that we love. The breakfast food that we, the men of Mona, Utah, need.
What are you driving at, boy?
Well, Daddy, we just need to check to see who has the flu. Is there turtle flu, lizard flu, or snake flu?
Well, no, not that I heard of.
Well, there you go. We want some eggs for breakfast, a man's breakfast. We can get some bacon, but we need some eggs, a new source. So why not turtle eggs, lizard eggs, snake eggs? How about hash browns, toast, and smegs from a snake?
Denver, we're going to have smush. Cream of wheat. Eat it.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
Three 986.
Like Rudy and Santaquin did. Just text it in.
Rudy!
Just to say hi. You can do that. 33986.
Yeah. Santaquin.
Quickly, just a correction.
Yeah, I've got a correction too, but go ahead.
Lee Meriwether is only 90 years old, not 99. Sorry.
Thank God.
Sorry to the Merriweather family. However, she is the least memorable Catwoman.
And another correction. Excuse me. Piano Man begins with a few measures of a distinctive piano intro prior to that harmonica. The harmonica is only played while being accompanied by the piano. I guess what I heard is they had cut that part off and they just started with the harmonica and him singing. And I still think the harmonica has no place in that song. No place.
So I was talking to my sister, Mikkel. They're all good looking.
Yeah.
All of my sisters are good looking.
Right, that's what I've always said.
So what were you doing earlier today? She said, I was watching the Indianapolis 500. I said, why were you doing that?
Yeah.
And she said, well, I was talking to Aunt Nan. You guys know Aunt Nan?
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
And
Everybody knows Aunt
Nan.
Nan.
And Aunt Nan said, if you're not doing anything today, you should watch the Indianapolis 500. And she said, why should I do that? And she said, because my cousin Tom has a car in the race.
Tom Russell.
No, Tom Malloy.
Who's Tom Malloy?
Tom Malloy is
Emmett's son.
Yeah.
What?
Don't you know?
So Tom Malloy is my mom and Aunt Nan's cousin.
Oh, okay.
And apparently the Malloy family has a long history of car racing. As if you go to x96.com/live, that's the cover of a book that Tom Malloy wrote about racing.
Have they ever won the Indianapolis 500?
They did this weekend.
Really?
Oh, that Spanish guy was driving a car?
Was driving a car that Tom Malloy owns.
Huh.
And that's not the first time that their racing group has won the Indianapolis 500.
Well, all you ever hear about is, what's his name?
Who has amassed one of the most impressive group of vintage race cars at his shop in Corona, California.
So Tom, how many cars do you have total in the collection?
I mean, there's a number. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I hate to be stammering or stuttering, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty articulate, isn't it?
1992, and that number 33. That Skoll car.
Right.
That was the first car.
He was born in 1939. He's old.
Yeah, it got a little out of hand.
Any more you want to add to the collection? Is something you really want that you haven't gotten?
Not really. You have to come to your senses sometime during your life.
Yeah.
And I'm at that stage. I'm in recovery.
His dad started this. That's what he was just talking about.
Emmett's son.
Emmett, yeah. About racing. Fielded his own racing team back in 1952. Their car had a driver who was, at the time, the youngest driver ever to win the Indianapolis 500 at the age of 22, driving the Malloy Special, which was some... I had no idea. This is part of my family. I had no clue.
So, but... Does that make you want to watch the Indianapolis?
Yeah,
500?
I'm bummed I didn't watch it.
And all your life you haven't been.
I've never paid attention to the
Indianapolis
500, but apparently we have a familial connection to it.
Do you know what they call the Indianapolis 500 track?
No,
the Brickyard.
I don't know anything about it.
It used to be all made of bricks, I think. I don't know if it is anymore. But.
Driving on the bricks?
Yeah.
This is time to start learning this stuff.
Yeah.
I guess. Now I got to pay attention to this now?
I guess so.
This arm of my family is hugely successful. So if you're
not in that arm of the family.
No.
If you Google the Malloys of California, like they're professional surfers, they are movie makers. Another Emmett Malloy, named after that Emmett.
Emmett Malloy is Emmett's boy, isn't he?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of Emmets. He's Jack Johnson's manager.
Oh.
And he made that movie, the documentary about the White Stripes. He produced that. Why don't
we ever hear about the Malloy racing team then? All you ever hear about is Roger Penske and...
Oh, I don't know. I think there are a lot of dynasties, and if we're not... Maybe somebody that pays attention to racing would go, oh, yeah, I know I know those guys. I've never paid attention to it before.
It says here, the biggest names in racing are Roger Penske, Joe Gibbs and Richard Childress. So no name, no Malloy doesn't come up.
Well,
maybe this is an elaborate ruse, and your family's playing a really well-crafted joke on you.
Their car won over the weekend,
and that's all you know. Do you know anything about the driver?
I just have
his name. He's Spanish.
Alex Palou, who drove, making him the first Spanish driver to ever win the Indianapolis 500.
And he won. It was very difficult, and it was cold in Indianapolis, and that really affected the racing. It was quite cold, and but he at the last minute managed to swing around and break into the lead, and he didn't lead the whole race by any means.
You know what the 500 is?
What?
That's how many laps they
It is?
Yeah. It's 500
It's
laps.
not 500 cars?
Or 500 miles.
Oh.
It's 500 laps.
Yeah, I don't know anything
and
about it.
they always go, you just keep turning left.
Oh, wears the tires out really fast.
Yeah. You just keep turning left.
Yeah.
This is quite a collection of cars he's got, though.
Yeah.
There were a lot of crashes in this year's Indy, apparently, which I didn't. I mean, I didn't watch it. I haven't watched the Indianapolis 500 for years.
I guess this guy was in the back of the pack for most of the race.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
And
he did not lead until right at the end.
And it was one of those he was running out of gas, and it's like, okay, do I get a pit stop or do I push it? And he pushed it, and
that's how he won.
I guess.
I've seen the Indianapolis 500 when racers have made that decision and run out of gas on the track and not been able to.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is kind of.
Here's a texter. I worked with a Dan Malloy a while back. He helped me pour footings on a house I built and drew a wiener in the concrete.
That's a Malloy for you, isn't it?
Oh, and excuse me, NASCAR just turns left. Indy turns both directions.
And it's 200 laps?
200 laps, 500 miles.
See, I don't know anything about it.
We need to learn about it.
I don't know anything about it.
They don't turn both directions.
That's what this person says. I
You
don't
go.
know.
You go around in a circle, an oval. You don't turn. Now maybe they do it. One year they do turn left, and then the next year they turn right. Maybe that's.
I don't know.
I don't know. Bill, I am willing to admit that I don't know, and you should too.
You know what? You're a disgrace to the Malloy family name. That's what you are.
Never going to get any of that Malloy money. That's for sure.
Let's see. Crash Bangor Highway, California Avenue in Salt Lake City. We have a crash, Riverdale Road, 1500 West, up there in Riverdale. Crash north on I-15 far west. 2 right lanes are closed there. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, 33986. If you know about Indy racing or gas or anything like that, you can text us 33986.
All right, Boner's coming up here, the candidate you will be voting for. Boner candidate number 1, they were just going to go to waste anyway. Boner candidate number 2, well, I hate airport food. And Boner candidate number 3, he was persecuted by the radical left monsters.
All right, Boner of the Day, Big Boy News, all coming up after these messages and a song.
You know, my favorite cereal growing up, though, really.
Yeah?
Loma Linda Ruskets.
Loma Linda Ruskets?
Wow.
Look it up. Loma Linda Ruskets.
Sure, we're not doing anything here.
They're delicious.
I mean, we can push the news. We can continue talking about cereal if you'd like.
We got time coming up to talk more about cereal if you want. But it doesn't. I don't care what we do here, frankly.
No, let's push it.
Did you find it?
I kinda. How do you spell Ruskets?
RUS KETTS or
TTS
or T or Rusk RUSCK. I don't. It's been years. I don't remember.
Yeah, because Loma Linda Rusnak Hyundai
Oh, I think I found it. I think I found it.
How do you spell it?
Ruskets. One T.
There you go. Ruskets. They're compressed little bars of cereal that you put into a bowl and put a milk, and then they fall apart.
Oh, they're okay. Okay, Rusket Flakes cereals. It says.
Yeah, I'm seeing some with like peaches cut up and put inside it. On the box.
They came in flakes, and then they also came in these compressed kind of bars, as I recall.
There's a free prize inside.
Well, not anymore.
Well,
it's kind of sad that prizes are not in cereals anymore. I mean, they had great prizes.
Were they ever really very good?
Oh yeah, there was a Captain Crunch had a submarine. Mm-hmm. You put baking soda in it, and then we put in the tub, and it would go down, and then the baking soda would make it go back up because of the air.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Very cool.
Those. They did submarines and and divers.
Cheerios had these little go-karts that were powered by rubber bands.
What?
Oh yeah. And Quisp had like flying saucers that had a firing rocket.
Uh-huh.
And then there were rockets with the monster cereals too. There were like compressed air, and you'd push the tubes together, and it would pop the top of it off.
Oh, here's the greatest thing about Ruskets. They were considered a health food, and they were produced by a health food company owned by the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Oh,
okay.
Oh.
That's but I remember having them as a kid.
Well.
Ruskets, flakes, and compressed bars, and then they always had prizes in them.
Yeah,
always.
And sometimes they had there was it was the regular sugar pops, but they had Star Trek on the front.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? I don't
And
remember that.
it was Spock's face on it. And on the back, you'd have a mask, a cutout mask of Star Trek people, so you could be Captain Kirk or
right.
So that was kind of cool too.
And then some greedy, very vulnerable children. Had to go and ruin it all by getting hurt.
And then on the back of some of them, they'd have records for your record player.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How is that profitable?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just a reason to get you to buy the cereal,
In Mad Magazine, one time, a record came in Mad Magazine. You cut it out, and it had grooves on it, and I still remember the song. You could probably even find it, Carrie. It's called "It's a Gas."
It's a gas. It's easy to find. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I know right where to find it. Yeah.
It's a Gas, and it was you cut the record out, and it was kind of heavy. It wasn't really vinyl, but it was a heavy. It wasn't just paper.
Here we go.
Here it is.
It's a gas!
Ready? This will be perfect for you, Nick. You'll love it. See.
I would have lost my mind as a child hearing that.
As a child, you get this? Oh, man.
That's a whole Saturday.
Exactly.
Of just me playing that on repeat.
Over and over.
Yeah.
Just the greatest thing in the world.
Well, it makes more sense for that being in a magazine versus
Who did they say did that?
Alfred E. Newman.
Oh, so Alfred E. Newman, they said did that. Okay. I just remember getting that record.
But yeah, it was in the magazine. But on the back of the cereal box, like the monster cereals, it'd be Count Chocula's, this is the sounds of the haunted house, and it was haunted house sounds.
Mm-hmm. We've lost our way.
I know.
We've lost our way as a society.
Freakies had all 7 of the Freakies characters in like little plastic figures that you could collect. And then they had cars that were powered by balloons. Cool. So you'd blow up the balloon, you'd stick it on the car, and they let it go, and it would go, and they'd make the car go.
My mother fed us Gravy Train for dinner for about a year before we realized it was dog food. We were poor.
Was it beef-flavored cereal?
No, it was just, because it made its own gravy. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So she'd use warm water and...
Oh, now here's another one I had. Super Sugar Crisp on the back, they would give you an Archie's record. You just cut it out and put it on your turntable.
The Archies.
The Archies.
They actually had hits, or a hit.
Or a hit.
Yeah.
The closest thing I had to that growing up is fast food restaurants had really good toys.
And the Beach Boys, their song Smile, was on the back of Post Honeycomb for a while.
Really?
You just cut it and you'd play the record.
Do you know, Nick, that Carrie and I were able to convince people for a long time that I was King Vitamin?
Oh?
Do you know King Vitamin?
I don't know King Vitamin. I'm assuming a mascot.
Vitamin.
King Vitamin cereal.
King Vitamin.
I Googled it. I do not recognize this character.
And all the vitamins you need.
Was it it was a cartoon character
at first,
and then they used a real guy.
Then they went to an actor, yeah.
And I said I was before I started in radio, I was the actor who played King Vitamin on all the cereal boxes.
On the back of Corn Flakes, you'd get Gary Lewis and the Playboys records.
This diamond ring doesn't shine for me anymore. Why do I know that?
Were people just throwing themselves at you, Bill?
Because they thought he was King Vitamin?
King Vitamin.
And Carrie was the Duke of Milk?
The Duke of Milk, which is a character that never existed, that we convinced people existed. But Mike knows the show back and forth from all the years.
Yes,
See that? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
right.
Anyway, all right.
And thank you for playing something different.
Yes.
1958, Neil Finn from Crowded House and Split Ends was born. And this birthday shout-out brought to you by Efficiency and Adventure Unite. And the first ever 2025 Mazda CX-50 hybrid all-wheel drive. Lease yours for just $299 a month or get 3.9% APR for 63 months for your friends at Bountiful Mazda, where you always get tires and oil for life. Be electric, be Mazda at bemazda.com.
That was Split Ends, by the way, if you were wondering. Message to my girl. If you know, you know.
Sort of became Crowded House after a while.
Yeah. Okay, time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote which one of these 3 is the worst. Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, May 27, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Well, they were just going to go to waste anyway. A former Harvard Medical School morgue manager recently entered a plea in relation to an alleged scheme to steal and sell donated body parts. Cedric Lodge of Goffstown, New Hampshire, pleaded guilty to interstate transport of stolen human remains. In court, the maximum penalty under federal law is 10 years in prison, a term of supervised release following imprisonment, and a fine. A sentence following a finding of guilt is imposed by the judge after consideration of applicable federal sentencing statutes. Officials said Mr. Lodge admitted that from 2018 through at least March of 2020, he participated in the sale and interstate transport of human remains stolen from the Harvard Medical School morgue in Massachusetts. Lodge, who was then manager of the Harvard Medical School morgue, removed the human remains, including organs, brains, skin, hands, faces, dissected heads, and other parts of donated cadavers after they had been used for research and teaching purposes, but before they could be disposed of according to the anatomical gift donation agreement between the donor and the school, according to the release. Oh, man. He took the remains to his home in New Hampshire without the permission or knowledge of his employer or the donors' families. And then after he and his wife sold the remains, they would ship the remains to the buyers in other states, or the buyer would take possession directly and transport the remains themselves. Mr. Lodge has agreed to plead guilty and taken responsibility for his crimes. This likely provides a little consolation to the families impacted. We continue to express our deep compassion to all those affected. These are people who donated their bodies, and their families are very upset about this. Boner candidate number one. Well, they were just going to go to waste anyway. Boner candidate number two. Well, I hate airport food. A woman has made a name for herself on social media after she used a whole rotisserie chicken as her carry-on luggage to eat as a mid-flight snack.
I mean, there are worse smells on the plane I could think of. Rotisserie chicken might be kind of
Chloe Gray caught the attention of Transportation Secretary, or Transportation, the TSA, screeners when she casually carried a cooked bird through airport security and onto her flight from Newark, New Jersey. It's going from New Jersey to California. The social media influencer said carrying the meal as a designer bag was simply a clever way for her to stay nourished during the trip. Mine just happened to be a bag of rotisserie chicken, Gray said. What's the harm?
It's my personal item.
Yeah. Gray shared her experiences, of course, traveling with the edible carry-on item in a series of TikTok videos. I got pulled aside by TSA for having something crazy in my bag, Gray said, but I told the security screener, this is how you give yourself a first-class experience without paying for first class. Gray lives in New York. She hates buying airport food, and she usually tries to pack a salad when she's flying. For this trip, she didn't have time, so instead she decided to grab an entire rotisserie chicken from Whole Foods. I did not feel any differently about bringing a rotisserie on my flight compared to any other meal or snack, because it's just literally the same thing, a meal, she said. It was convenient. I slipped into Whole Foods, grabbed one off the shelf on my way to the airport. Gray said the TSA agent who questioned her was very polite and understanding about it. But she said, I don't understand what the problem is. I just have a snack. It's just a chicken. Boner candidate number two. Well, I hate airport food.
So the boner, what's the
yeah,
boner?
Who is the boner?
She is.
She is.
I
think.
She is for carrying a whole chicken onto the plane.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to sit next to somebody tearing into a rotisserie chicken. Okay?
It's kind of messy. Really.
Yeah. You going to eat that drumstick? That's boner candidate number two. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number three. He was persecuted by radical left monsters.
All right, boner candidate number three coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialists, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, 33rd South 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
From his insanely strong viral coffee order, I don't know about that, to his sharing a kiss with Alexander Skarsgård at the Cannes Film Festival, Pedro Pascal has repeatedly made the internet fall in love with him.
Yes.
Now, fans have added yet another item to their list of reasons to gush over the actor. While appearing at the Ballerina premiere in London, the Last of Us star caught the attention of social media users for delivering a hilariously cheeky quote. In a now viral clip shared on TikTok, Mr. Pascal is seen walking up the IMAX theater stairs to find a seat alongside musical artist Sean Sephiroth. After Sephiroth appeared to ask Pascal if he wanted to hang out with him and his housemates, the Chilean-American star teasingly responded, "Hell no, I'm a lazy 50-year-old bougie bitch."
I don't need any more reasons to love him.
He is the best of us.
I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Pedro is so real, one person wrote. Another commented, hang with him and housemates, while Pedro could literally be chilling peacefully. Yeah, I understand him. Earlier this month, Pascal went viral yet again for he showed off his bare arms while wearing a sleeveless black muscle tank
he
top.
looks so cute.
At the premiere of the film Eddington at the 78th Cannes Film Festival. Fans thirsted over his skin-bearing look in a wave of tweets.
He's Mr. Fantastic.
I'm a bougie bitch. Let's see. Police have fatally shot a man during a domestic violence-related call. This was here in Salt Lake. Just before 12:15 on Tuesday, officers, so early this morning, officers with the Salt Lake City Police Department responded to what they called a life-threatening domestic violence call. A woman called 911 and said her ex-husband, only identified as a 42-year-old man, was breaking into her home in violation of a court-ordered protective order. The woman reportedly told the cops her ex-husband had previously threatened to kill her and was now inside the residence. The woman and 2 children hid in a bedroom while remaining on the phone with 911. Officers entered the home to intervene, stop the threat. At least 2 officers discharged their firearms. They shot the guy, and he died at the scene. The woman and the 2 children, who were teenagers, were not physically injured. Officers responded to stop a volatile situation and to protect the lives of a woman and her children, the police department said in a statement. Utah Highway Patrol trooper traffic stop on I-15 revealed a disturbing situation. A man and a woman allegedly traveling with a missing minor out of Nevada, planning to use her for prostitution. The trooper arrested 41-year-old John Anthony Hampton and 26-year-old Barbara Grace Singleton for aggravated exploitation of prostitution involving a child. The trooper said he was patrolling. This is northbound I-15 between St. George and Cedar City. He detected a vehicle approaching behind him at 85 miles an hour. He was in the far left lane, moved over 2 lanes, then slowed to 60. According to the trooper, the vehicle then slowed to the same speed, but remained in the passing lane, not wanting to speed up or pass my patrol vehicle. Anyway, he seemed suspicious, so the trooper pulled him over. Said he smelled marijuana coming from the car, found some baggies of marijuana. Hampton was driving, Singleton was in the passenger seat, and in the back seat, a girl who had been reported missing in Nevada, her age not specified. So I guess they started fessing up. They found messages between Hampton and Singleton discussing how they needed to work with the juvenile to make sure she's turning tricks and turning over money to an individual. So there you go. Let's see, at least 11 people were taken to hospitals after a shooting Sunday night in South Carolina beach town. Horry County Police didn't give the conditions of anyone hurt or detail how they were injured in the incident. Happened in Little River. Investigators were getting reports of more people arriving at the hospital. 90 minutes after the shooting, police called it an isolated incident, said there was no risk to the community. They didn't release any information on possible suspects or what led to the shooting, and I haven't seen any update on this yet at all.
Look, see if I can find anything.
Journalist Scott Pelley, he's on 60 Minutes, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He accused Donald Trump of, quote, attacking free speech, spreading insidious fear among the public during a commencement address at Wake Forest University. The speech came as concerns grow over the country's free speech rights amid Trump's targeted attacks aimed at universities over a range of topics, including diversity, equity, and inclusion practices, foreign students enrollment. Trump and Harvard University are currently embroiled in a heated legal battle over its enrollment of foreign students. Our sacred rule of law is under attack, Pelley began in his talk. Journalism is under attack, universities are under attack, freedom of speech is under attack, and insidious fear is reaching through our schools and businesses and into our private thoughts. The veteran CBS News reporter continued, the fear to speak in America, power can rewrite history with grotesque false narratives. Without name-dropping, Pelley went on to say, they can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals. Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality. And then he said, the old playbook the Trump administration is operating from is nothing new. Diversity is now described as illegal. Equity is to be shunned. Inclusion is a dirty word. This is an old playbook, my friends. There's nothing new in this, he said. He went on and on and on in that vein.
They're the demon deacons. Wake Forest.
Okay.
I just always liked that mascot, the demon.
Former U.S. Democratic U.S. Representative Charlie Rangel of New York has died. He was 94. He served 23 terms in the House of Representatives. They liked him. His constituents liked him. Governor DeSantis, on the other hand, was greeted not with cheers, but with loud, sustained boos and chants at the WWE Saturday Night Main Event in Tampa, where fans made their disapproval of the former Republican presidential candidate resoundingly clear. As the governor approached the ring in the Yuengling Center, several attendees erupted into jeers, and chants of "You suck," clearly audible in multiple videos shared from the scene. The clips, posted from different angles across the arena, quickly gained traction online. It's interesting. I mean, you would think that the attendees at WWE,
that'd be his people.
You would think, wouldn't you? But now, he is not he's not liked.
He's no longer Daddy DeSantis.
No,
remember?
Yeah.
A heavy combat unit of 4,800 soldiers and 200 civilians and staff. These are German soldiers, and they inaugurated in Lithuania on NATO's eastern flank. This is the first time that German troops have been deployed since the Second World War. They have been deployed and are in defensive positions.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That means everything's fine.
Yeah. The deployment is aimed at shoring up the defense of Lithuania and its fellow Baltic republics, Estonia and Latvia, former Soviet states that have become NATO and EU members and fear a Russian attack.
Yep.
And finally earlier this year, Colossal Biosciences claimed to have de-extincted the direwolf.
Yeah.
The canid species, has been extinct for over 10,000 years and features prominently in George R.R. Martin's Song of Ice and Fire series. Despite breathless headlines proclaiming the direwolf was back, scientists immediately objected to the company's characterization. In an interview with New Science, Beth Shapiro, Colossal's chief scientist, admits, they're just big gray wolves.
No kidding.
It's not possible to bring something back that is identical to a species that used to be alive. Our animals they're gray wolves with about 20 edits that are cloned. She says, we've taken that. We've said that from the beginning. Colloquially,
but the headline is
they're
better.
calling them dire wolves.
Yeah.
And now,
but you're lying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're gray wolves. We won't call them dire wolves anymore.
All right.
There you go.
Weather, traffic.
So warm and getting warmer. 86 and sunny today. Tomorrow 87 with a little chance of some spotty sprinkles. And then we head on into the 90s, living in the wild, wild west. 90, 91, 94 coming up this weekend. Traffic crash northbound I-15 approaching 146 south in Bluffdale. Vehicles are blocking the left shoulder. Northbound, southbound 5600 west in West Valley between 38th south and 35th south. There's complete road closure there. Use an alternate route through that area. Crash eastbound Riverdale Road, 15th west in Riverdale. 2 right lanes and the shoulder are blocked. And a stalled semi northbound I-15 just after 27th north and far west. 2 right lanes are blocked there. Stubbs Dental, award-winning services, life-changing results. Visit stubbsdental.com to book your appointment now.
Here's boner candidate number 3. He was persecuted by radical left monsters. Donald Trump said Monday he is pardoning a former Virginia sheriff who was sentenced to 10 years in prison after a jury convicted him on federal bribery charges for deputizing several businessmen in exchange for cash payments. Former Culpeper County Sheriff Scott Jenkins was found guilty on fraud and bribery charges and sentenced in March. But on Monday, Trump posted on his social media platform that Jenkins and his family have been dragged through hell by a corrupt and weaponized Biden Department of Justice. The sheriff is a victim of an overzealous Biden Department of Justice and doesn't deserve to spend a single day in jail. Because he's a wonderful person who was persecuted by radical left monsters.
Because bribery is fine.
Left for dead, Trump said in the Post. He will not be going to jail tomorrow, but instead will have a wonderful and productive life. Jenkins is, of course, the latest pardon Trump has given to people who strongly support him, as Jenkins did. Boner candidate number 3. He was persecuted by radical left monsters. Yeah.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Well, they were just going to go to waste anyway. The former Harvard Medical School morgue manager entered a plea in relation to an alleged scheme to steal and sell donated body parts, all kinds of parts, severed heads and the like, and he's pleaded guilty to that. Boner candidate number 2, well, I hate airport food. This woman, and it's telling, she's an influencer.
Yeah, that's all I had to hear.
She's an influencer.
To make me hate her.
She took a rotisserie chicken on board a plane in a designer handbag for her in-flight snack. And Boner candidate number 3, he was persecuted by radical left monsters.
All right. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. The one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Which one is the worst? Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com, look for the box that says Boner of the Day, May 27, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. All right, you got about 300 seconds to get your vote in, so let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Don't miss a single moment.
Will be in the Pride Parade on Sunday, and I wish I had a better memory as to how many years.
How many years we've been in the parade, doing the parade?
It's been.
I remember we had to fight to get into it.
Yeah, our management didn't think it would be a good idea for us to be
at the time. Yeah,
the ownership of the station at that time said, we shouldn't be in a gay Pride Parade. I don't think so. And then we finally talked them into it, and so they let us do it. Then they said. But they wouldn't let the country station.
They said, well, I don't think the country station should be.
And I was like, you never heard of a gay cowboy? You never...
Brokeback Mountain?
Never, not even before that.
Well, the gay rodeo, I don't think they have that anymore, but...
I think they do. I did see something about that.
Oh, they...
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I forget the guy's name who was one of the organizers. I met him a few years ago and hung out with him for a while. Just the nicest old cowboy you could ever want to meet. He just... skinny cowboy.
If you want to find out more about all the stuff going on for Pride, it starts today, and all the information is at utahpridecenter.org. We'll be in the parade on Sunday, but don't wait till Sunday to participate. You can do stuff all weekend there.
Yeah, there's music acts, and you can buy VIP tickets that'll get you in all 3 days, and I think the VIP tickets come with like drink tickets and that kind of thing. So.
And if you're wondering what your ticket price goes for, this is to help out the Utah Pride Center. They provide all kinds of services for all ages of people. They're just there for you. They're a center that's fighting, 12 months a year to help people that need that assistance.
I'm racking my brain now because we were talking about the gay rodeo, and there was a Marvel comic character. I read this and it was great. That it's been around forever as a cowboy. Two Gun Kid, I think, was the name of it. And then they retooled him and made him gay. And it was like a 4 or 5 issue limited series, and it was just so well done. Darwin Cook, I think, did the artwork on it. But then that reminded me that another comic book company got the rights to Snagglepuss. You remember the
Snagglepuss,
the cartoon Panther?
Exit stage left.
And they wrote him with all the other Hanna-Barbera characters in the comic book as well. And he was a gay playwright in the 30s.
I can see that.
It was a great read, still available.
Yeah, Bill, the Utah Gay Rodeo. UtahGayRodeo.com. They're still around. Founded in 1979.
We had them on the show a while ago.
Yeah.
It's founded in 1979, operated as a group of local country western gays helping out the community. they're still around.
And they're nice guys. And,
June 16th through the 18th at the Golden Spike Event Center, Crossroads of the West Rodeo.
Regional rodeo featuring there you go. Yeah. Well, I don't know if the country station should be in the
Yes, of course they
Pride
should.
Parade.
Are there gay cowboys?
Yes, there's
Really?
there's gay everything.
What?
I was going to say one of my best friends was a country music radio program director.
There's not
who's
some
gay.
segment where.
Are there gay baseball players?
Yes.
How about gay mountain climbers?
Yes.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Gay policemen?
Yes.
What?
I know, right?
Gay farmers?
Uh-huh.
No
Yes.
gay farmers.
Nope, there are.
What?
Sure.
My worldview is shattered.
Zach reminds me, it was the Rawhide Kid, not the Two Gun Kid. Rawhide Kid was Marvel's gay cowboy. Yes.
That makes much more sense.
A little bit more sense.
The Rawhide Kid.
But a great read. It really was. All right, then. We will we'll take a break.
Gay board members?
Yes.
At 33986.
It's 7:48. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by a BLT pesto pasta.
And Sojo Summerfest is back June 3rd through the 7th at a slightly new location, North City Park. The Sojo Music Festival features 2 nights of high-energy concerts with multiple bands, plus a full carnival, the beloved Sojo Summerfest parade, food trucks, fireworks, festival fun for all ages, South Jordan's biggest party of the year. Find the map and full schedule at sjcsummerfest.com.
Boner candidate number 1 got a fairly good number of votes. The Harvard Medical School morgue manager who was purloining body parts and selling them on the black market. And the influencer with a rotisserie chicken, 6 votes. Nobody cared.
You've never sat next to somebody with stinky food, then, have you?
But with 124 votes, the winner, he was persecuted by radical left monsters, Donald Trump pardoning that sheriff.
It was a jury, too, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Boner of the Day for today, May 27, 2025, now qualified to be Boner of the Week.
So I had a party over the weekend to celebrate my birthday, and it said explicitly on the invitations, Bill does not need any gifts, and yet people brought gifts. I just don't. I don't.
Well, it said you don't need any. It doesn't say you don't want any.
Well, I did end up with 4 bottles of bourbon, which is, that was okay, I guess. But I really, I don't know. It made me feel weird that people seem to ignore that kind of thing.
Well, it clearly was meant for everybody but that person.
Yeah, right. That's right. But I got this dad jokes book. Somebody thought this would be I think it was my sister. And it. You want to hear a dad joke from this book?
Sure.
Not really.
It's just going to hurt.
Well, this one's pretty good, actually.
Okay.
My friend is getting rich by taking pictures of salmon dressed in human clothes. It's like shooting fish in apparel. That's pretty good. No?
It's a long way to go. It's
okay.
They're I don't understand. They're terrible. What did the sofa say when it got hurt?
What did the sofa say when a couch?
Yeah.
There's a
Couch.
Couch.
Yeah. See, people should not have brought.
That's Dixie Riddle cups.
Now I didn't bring you a gift, Bill. My husband brought you a gift.
Oh.
He said.
So he apparently didn't see the invitation.
No. He was at the liquor store and said, I was at the liquor store and I bought Bill some bourbon to take to his party.
Well, it was very nice of him, and it was a good party though. It was very fun. Had a lot of fun. A lot of people that I hadn't seen for a while, and one person that I had not seen in 40 years.
40 years?
Yeah.
Who dat?
His name is Jeff Hirsch, and he lives in Seattle. And we were close for about a year. Back when I was in college at Weber State in the theater department. He was there for a year. We became very close friends during that time. And then he left to go off to another school, and we didn't. We saw each other maybe twice after that. Once in New York when I was living there. He came to New York on some kind of a trip and looked me up. And then I saw him once in San Francisco a couple of years after that. But then, so it's been about 40 years.
But you must have kept in contact with him.
No.
No?
Really? No, we just sort of stopped.
How did he end up at your party?
Well, I invited him. I thought surely he won't come. But
does he live here or did he fly in?
No, he lives in Seattle.
He flew in for your party.
Wow.
I sent him an invitation, and he immediately texted me and said, I'll be there. And I said, you're kidding me. And then he texted again and said, why would I not be there?
Because you live in Seattle?
Yeah.
And so he flew in on Friday, and he said, do you have time to come and have a drink? And I thought it would be a good idea to sort of catch up before the party.
Because if not, you would have spent the whole time at the party with him, probably.
Yeah. So I met him at the bar at the Monaco where he was staying, which I hadn't been there for a long time. That's a very nice bar.
Oh, it's very nice.
Love it. And we sat probably drinking and eating hors d'oeuvres at the bar for a couple of hours. And then he said, "Oh, I have to go. I've got tickets to the symphony.
Wow.
I've got a ticket to the." He was by himself, but he said, "I love symphonies, and I'm going to go hear the." He said, "Is it a nice hall?" And I said, "Yeah, it's very nice, and I think you'll enjoy it."
That's a big thing. Like, I could see if it was like a close friend that you saw all the time and they were having a birthday party. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go to Bill's birthday. But someone you haven't seen for 40 years?
Yeah,
traveling to their party?
Yeah.
That's...
Well, we had a really strong connection at one time. And we neglected it and let it lapse. And I think both of us felt bad about that. And he felt bad enough about it to say, you know what, I'm going to go.
You know, there's a whole article in The Atlantic right now about men's friendships.
Yeah, I was just about to read that.
You should read it. Because
men don't have friends much.
It's like men struggle. I mean, there's a larger conversation about maybe things are bad right now because men struggle in lots of different ways, and that's coming out in this hyper masculinity stuff.
They're like solitary, lonely.
Yeah, but men aren't good at friendships, and the gist of the story is I had all these friends when I was younger, and I've lost touch with them, and it really is about. You know, you should call them, even if you haven't heard from them in 40 years. It's maybe reconnect with them.
It
Friends
really
are a
is,
good thing.
It really is. It's ridiculous. I don't see friends very often, and that's ridiculous. I mean, Jeff Maudlin, I consider a really good friend, but we don't see each other that much. Jim Thacer, he came down to the party, and you know,
it was good to see Jim.
He was the former owner of X96, and but he and I have been close friends for a long time, but we don't see each other anymore. So.
But they say everybody's sitting at home going, we don't see each other anymore. One of you needs to reach out and say, you know what, we haven't.
Well, isn't it good that I reached out to Jeff Hirsch?
Yeah.
And it was wonderful to see him and talk. Do you know who he was at the party?
No.
He had long gray hair, and he was dressed well. he was
he
always
dressed up for the party.
He always dressed well, even in college. You know, he made it a point, and he was dressed well. You know, he had like slacks with pleat in it.
Wow!
And he almost looked like he should have had an ascot on, but he did. But he didn't have an ascot. But it was great to see him, and I'm going to make sure that I stay in touch with him, and maybe go visit him.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All my friends are dead.
Carrie!
Dad joke, please. Give me a dad joke.
Okay, let's see. A quick dad joke. Let's see. A minute. My dad died when.
Oh God!
No, that's
no. Okay, I'll pick a different one.
Pick a different one.
Let me pick a different one. What did one earthquake say to the other? Hey, it's not my fault.
Oh,
those are horrible.
I wish I were dead.
Westbound I-80 at the I-15 junction, milepost 123. Crash southbound Legacy Parkway, Pages Lane and West Bountiful, right shoulder there. Crash 5600 West, 37th South is closed. Use Mountain View Corridor or Bangor Highway as an alternate route. Crash northbound I-15 146 South in Salt Lake, left shoulder affected there. Somebody says rollover accident, major pileup southbound I-15 just north of 5th East in Pleasant Grove. Thank you, Infiniteam, for reporting on that. You sent that in via text at 33986. See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas. Summer Showdown starts this weekend, May 30th, with cult classics Fight Club and Drive. Now both can be seen on Friday and Saturday. Get your tickets now at slfstix.org.
All right, KXRK Provo, we will take a break. We'll be back after these messages. Tech Talk with JD coming up after these. Stand by.
Todd Newcomb knows it.
Chat room here, and who did this? Oh, it's Ivy. This place, the Killer Cereal, Serial Killers,
Serial Killers,
Serial Killers Kitchen. Where is it?
4th and 4th.
This looks just incredible. Yeah, these people should advertise with us.
They should.
They should have Kerry Jackson be their spokesperson.
They should.
He is a cereal expert.
It's at the local market and bar. There are all kinds of. But all these cereal and ice cream combinations.
Mm-hmm.
I
the
think
best combinations.
I think I really need to go there. Oh, there's all kinds of cereal stuff.
Yeah.
Why haven't I been to this place?
Well, I never thought of you as a cereal lover, Bill.
I'm not.
You're a very basic cereal.
I'm not
person.
I'm not a cereal lover when it's just cereal. But when you're starting to mix it into stuff.
Oh, like with ice cream.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the greatest thing.
Yeah, I don't generally just sit down and eat a bowl of cereal. That's not my thing. But.
See, I'll do that if my husband's out of town or not home for dinner. I'll have a bowl of cereal for dinner. Sure.
But you mix it up in ice cream, and they got shakes there as well.
Oh, this looks really good.
Oh, stuff in my cereal, or in my ice cream. Ice cream in my. You got ice cream in my cereal.
By the way, Kerry Jackson has ice cream belonging to me in his freezer.
That doesn't sound right. That does not sound right.
There are several flavors. We just got to figure out how to get it to you, because we ordered the Pop-Tart ice cream. And
cinnamon brown sugar
Pop-Tart Jetty's ice cream. It's the most expensive, and I got to be honest with you. That Pop-Tart ice cream is damn near perfect.
Well, you don't.
It really is.
You know, you can, Gina, you can just, from this serial killers, you can just order the stuff and they'll bring it to your house. You don't have to go to Carrie's.
Oh. They'll bring it to your house?
Apparently.
The other
I don't know how you travel ice cream like that.
Let me see.
The other flavor that we did from Jenny's, everything bagel.
This I don't get.
I know it doesn't sound right, but it's delicious. So you get it's cream cheese flavored ice cream with the everything bagel sprinkles mixed throughout it. That's delicious. But then what we did was we went and got a bagel, buttered it up, real butter, toasted it, and while it was hot, plopped the ice cream on top of it.
Like made an ice cream sandwich, kind of.
Yeah, it just, with open face. And that was delicious.
That sounds perfect.
It was delicious.
I may have spoken too soon. Maybe you can just order online and go pick it up. I'm not sure.
I just think ice cream's
No,
hard
it says,
to-
yep, they will deliver it. You know, there's this stuff called dry ice. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
But
you've ordered ice cream through the mail from across the country, right?
Yes, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Also, there's the candy bar ice cream, which is Take 5 candy bar.
Which I love.
But they don't call it Take 5 because I don't know if they had the rights to do it.
But
they
it's
call it High Five is what it's called.
It's pretzel and peanut butter and
peanut and chocolate and all of that stuff.
A cereal milkshake.
I'm hungry.
I need to keep my eye open for the monster cereals. They should be arriving very soon because we're coming up on monster cereal season.
It's not till fall, is
How
it?
soon before Halloween do they come out?
Usually a couple of months before. But they got the new flavor, the new monster cereal.
Oh, what is it?
Carmella Creeper.
That sounds good.
And it's caramel apple flavor.
That sounds good. In Ogden texted us and said, internet video games, what's going on there? I said, just hold on, JD's here.
In Ogden?
In Ogden. Sojo Summerfest is back June 3rd through the 7th at a slightly new location, North City Park. The Sojo Music Festival features 2 nights of high-energy concerts, multiple bands, plus a full carnival, the beloved Sojo Summerfest Parade, food trucks, fireworks, festival fun for all ages. Woo-hoo! South Jordan's biggest party of the year. Find the map and full schedule at sjcsummerfest.com.
Well, here he is, Jonathan Deasing. He is, or JD as we call him.
Yes, sir.
He is the host, or one of the hosts of the 3-Bit Gamer Show.
Yeah.
Which you can hear new every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday morning.
He's also a cookie king.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like that one.
And he's he lurks about the internet.
Yes.
And he's here to a little tech talk. Tell us what's going on the internet.
Yeah, so a couple game-related things we've got this month. Not a ton of news, but the big one I think that's going to be on a lot of people's radar is Doom: The Dark Ages. You guys, everyone knows Doom.
Sure, it's one of the first ones, right?
Yeah, one of
Wasn't
the
it?
classic
Yeah.
first-person shooters. Sure. And they kind of had a revamp in 2016 with a new Doom game, and then they did Doom Eternal. And, you know, those are set in, like, I'd say, like, not the far future, but, like, the near future kind of idea. But this one, for whatever reason, they go back to the medieval ages. And it is set in the Dark Ages, but you are still the Doom Slayer, you're Doom guy, you're just this like unstoppable force of killing.
Looks good.
Yeah, I mean, if you like just the over the top crazy levels of violence, you've got like a flail, you can get a mace, your shield is like a big saw, and you could drive like a cybernetic dragon. Like everything I'm saying should want everyone to race out, make everyone race out.
And you're pissed off.
And you're mad, right?
Really
because
pissed
there's
off.
demons.
Yeah.
And you kill demons, and there shouldn't be any. So, yeah, this one is it's on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. It's out now. I also think it's available if you have Xbox Game Pass, which is like the monthly service that Xbox offers. So this is free on that. If you want to just pick it up for a month, it'll be a lot cheaper than spending $80 on it. I've heard only good things about this game so far. I loved the first two of the new kind of generation of Doom. So Doom Dark Ages. Ooh, this one's kind of like.
Right.
Anyway, and then the other big news, and a lot bigger than Doom, is the Nintendo Switch 2 is out June 5th.
And is it going to be expensive?
Oh, boy. And then that answer gets bigger. It starts at $450.
We're putting tariffs on the Switch.
It could be $800 by the end of the summer. Honest to God, it may be like flirting with $1,000. Like, we don't know. Nintendo hasn't made any firm commitments to it. They diverted all of, so a lot of these are made in Vietnam, a lot are made in China, and they diverted almost all the ones that are made in Vietnam to the U.S. in anticipation of the tariffs, but eventually that glut is going to run out.
Yeah.
And then the prices are going to skyrocket. So the problem is, this is kind of like a catch-22 because there's no real great games out on it right now. Sometimes like new consoles come out and they've got like an awesome new Zelda game or like a must-buy game, and you're like, that's okay. I'll play this for the next year.
Yeah.
Not the case on the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm sure there's some games that are coming with it that people are like shouting at their radios now, like, why? How could you forget this one or that one? But really, there's not a lot
big release.
There's not a lot of console movers coming out with the Nintendo Switch 2, at least June 5th. A couple things on this. It's going to be a little bit bigger than a normal Nintendo Switch or original Nintendo Switch. It has the joysticks are a little bit better. The Joy-Cons, those little things that slide off the side, instead of sliding, they like snap on the side. They're always kind of an issue, especially with kids. They like snap or whatever. So these might make it more durable. They might make it less durable. We'll see. It will also be mostly backwards compatible with like all Switch games. So if you just want to get one and sit on it, you could still just replace your Switch with it.
Yeah,
sit on it.
But I don't know. Like, if this is in your market, if I were a parent, I would buy one now and put it in a closet for Christmas.
For Christmas,
and I think
that's smart.
I think it'd hit.
I probably ought to do the same with an Xbox.
Or you buy two, and then you sell the second one at Christmas, and it pays for your entire Christmas.
There you go.
But yeah,
that's smart though. That's smart.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch 2, June 5th, $450. And then I've got some internet things, a couple random things. This first one, I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, it is. I've been looking at it.
Super high def scans of things, and this is the girl with a pearl earring painting.
Vermeer.
And it has this is 108 billion pixel scanning. So you can just scroll in and see the like little tiny cracks where the paint has dried.
Yeah, I kind of like this.
It's soothing in a way.
It's kind of crazy because even if you were in a museum and you stood face in front of this thing, you wouldn't be able to see it this well.
And you can zoom in.
It makes you realize too what a brilliant painter he was, because you can see he captures this expression on her face that's just, I mean, it's almost like she's alive.
And the color distribution.
Yeah, and that was painted how many hundreds of years ago now?
Right. Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah,
it
that's
is
cool.
So
I like it.
So that link I won't even read to you. You got to get these at x96.com. The next one, this one is so amazing. I found this, and it's end times meditation.
Although I'm sorry, but just to go back for 1 second, it's now frozen my computer.
Oh, it's a pretty big file. Yeah.
Yeah. It took a while for my pad to join up with it.
Not good.
From weeks of dehydration.
Now what's this?
And in your hand,
meditation.
It's a beautiful husk of dried corn from a failed harvest. Just let the husk drop onto the cracked earth below. Start scanning through your body, noticing any discomfort, starting from your parched lips, moving down to your dry skin, and then down to your shoes. You're not wearing any shoes. They were stolen. And now, place your hand on your stomach, ignoring any tremors of hunger, and take a deep, deep breath in. Not thinking about the planet's long-term prospects in the face of shameless profiteering. Just focusing on this present moment of thirst.
Yeah.
Of thirst.
Everything is calm. Everything is dry.
This is
the drought one.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of them.
It's oilwell.app.
Yeah.
is the link. There's a bunch of them. Like they're all like this.
Smog breathing exercise. Let go of your attachment to breathable air.
This is the smog breathing exercise from Oil Well. Picture a strong, powerful, coal-fired power station. It's just been built near your childhood home. The station's smokestacks are pumping out soft, pillowy clouds of smog, taking out any unsuspecting birds. Now take a deep breath and breathe in all the sulfur dioxide, all the particulate matter.
You know, this went from being funny to, you know.
I only recommend one at a time.
Yeah, it's too real.
And then they're a little bit too much, but those are so funny.
Yeah. And what's this one?
This one's actually really cool. It's a crystal ball. Now you type in any question. I was just typing simple questions like who are you, or what time is it, or what's the date today, and it will just randomly pull a Simpsons quote that kind of answers your question.
There's a Simpsons quote for any
I may have
situation.
stumped it.
What did you ask it?
How much does this cost?
My prices are so low, you'll think I've suffered brain damage.
It's fantastic because, like
That's true.
Gina said, there's a Simpsons quote for everything. Most questions, I think it will pull from a gigantic resource or a library of these different quotes, and it will just kind of like word association. I do think like AI powers it somehow.
I asked, how old are you? And then it goes through a search. It's just TV static. So how old are you is the question. It's searching.
It makes sense that it takes a second.
It takes a minute.
My dust, mortals!
Mortals.
So they're not all great, but some of them are pretty funny. It's tvsimulator.com.
All right.
And I got two more really quick. This one is, I love this. It's tvwall.live. You ever see a movie, like a James Bond movie, and there's like a crisis, or like a Marvel movie, there's like a crisis going around the world, and there's like a bank of like news channels. This gives you that, and it's real. So it pulls YouTube, like live YouTube channels of news stations all over the world. You can filter it by local news, global news, and I turn on. It always looks like a Marvel movie. Everything's like people, like refugees, wars, things exploding, crime. It's crazy. If you ever need like some B-roll going on in the background, make you feel like a Bond villain. This is the one. tvwall.live. It's kind of fun. It like just how you have a third monitor, just have it up. Oh, it's kind of interesting.
Okay.
And then this last one is very stupid. This is something you send your friends to troll them. It is a movie recommendation. It's tuesdaynightmovienight.com/quiz, and it'll poll you on certain, like, what you're looking for, what kind of
and
movies
it'll make
you
a
like.
suggestion.
And the suggestion will always be Cats. 2019's Cats.
I was going to say because it leads the questions. It leads your questions. What kind of show do you like? I put space show.
Yeah.
And then it would, but who do you like in it?
Right.
It's Idris Elba. And so I thought it was going to go Star Trek, but no.
So if your spouse is like, what do we watch tonight? You're like, oh, I have this really good recommendation. Like, check this out, see if it'll spit out. It's always going to be Cats.
Yeah.
In 2019.
That's kind of mean.
Yeah. It's pretty fantastic.
All right.
Jonathan Deasing, the 3-Bit Gamer Show. It's brand new today.
Yes, sir.
And go eat cookie. What cookie place?
Crave Cookies.
Crave Cookies.
Crave Cookies.
He's the Cookie King. The Crave Cookie King.
Crave Cookie King.
All right. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thanks, guys.
You. All right. Traffic, Gina, please.
Multi-vehicle crash, I-15 southbound at Pleasant Grove exit in Utah County. 3 right lanes and the shoulder are blocked. Traffic is back to Pioneer Crossing in American Fork. Crash northbound I-15 approaching 146 south in Bluffdale. Vehicles are blocking the left shoulder there. And whatever you're seeing on the road, you can share it with us. Text it in. If it's safe for you to text, 33986. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
All right, so we're going to take a break, play a song for you. After that song, it's Beat Gina. Time to play Beat Gina. What is our prize today?
Ooh, we have ministry tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Ministry tickets.
With My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult.
When are they coming?
June 1st.
All right.
All right, 877-602-9696 is the number to call to get those concert tickets. Play Beat Gina, and you'll win. Right after these messages and a song. Stand.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that you just bugging you. Sometimes they're major things. Sometimes they're just little things that are irritants. But they're nonetheless, they just bug you. Mm-hmm. And so you think, well, maybe I'll send it to Radio from Hell, and it'll make me feel better. And maybe sometimes these things will actually disappear from your life. Mm-hmm. So send your must-goes to radiofromhell@x96.com and make sure you put must-go in the subject line. I'll go first. There's a little one that's just been bugging me because I've been hearing it on the radio station all week, all month. The word granary. Mm-hmm. The granary district.
I mean, that's what it's called.
I know, but it's a granary. It's where grain used to be stored. So why don't they call it a granary?
I don't know.
And furthermore, why do they call a shock from an earthquake a temblor?
Should be a trembler.
It's a trembler, not a tembler. They just make these dumb words up. This one is, let's see, it doesn't say if I can use the name, so it just says retail customer service people who say, welcome in. I don't know why, but it just sounds so insincere, and it grates on my last nerve. This one says, use my name if you like. Okay, Remo, I will. Mirrors in elevators must go.
Oh, yeah, I don't like those.
I have to agree. Particularly the inside doors or front of the elevator. It's already awkward to be forced into a small box with strangers. Making the front of the elevator a mirror makes it extra awkward because it feels like you're staring or being stared at no matter where you look. Please make this go away. We'll do the best we can, Remo. And finally, this one. Go ahead and use my name. Okay, Sid, here's my list of things that must go. When packages have built-in zip closure, but the zip is absolute trash.
Yes. Yes.
Having to decide what is for dinner every night. I just spent a whole day making decisions, and I don't want to make another one. And finally, this one. The fact that all animals don't want to be pet. How dare wild animals be so cute and not want to be pet?
Exactly.
Love, Sid. Gary?
All right. Sid, the meal thing. Mm-hmm. When you get home tonight, toss a coin. Husband heads, you tails. Whatever comes up, you have to decide, which means automatically the next night he has to decide.
So you take turns.
That way it's already
and then
progress.
You don't sit there with, I don't care, what do you want to do? I don't care, what do you want to do?
No, the coin toss said that you have to decide. All right.
Who's tossing the coin?
I don't know.
Let's toss a coin to see who tosses the coin.
Get a third party. First one comes from the foot of Mount Doom.
That's Carrie's house.
My place. Packages of chicken, like chicken thighs, where the pieces are different size and weight, because if you want to cook them all, they all cook
differently, yeah.
Cook differently at different times. So I know that's kind of nitpicking, but anyway. All right, this one from Garbage Gus. Things that must go is people not having common sense of putting hot fireworks in their garbage can right after they burn them, and then come out the next morning and the garbage can is melted to the ground. This is why you put it in water overnight before you throw it out. Even we had enough sense to do that when I was a kid. Another thing that must go is when people think that we have a designated time that we come to their house/street to pick up their trash or recycle cans. The cities that we do, everyone's cans has to be out by 7 a.m. or the night before, no matter what. The reason why the garbage truck comes at about the same time every week is because that's how they run their collection route, not because of things that could change because of staffing or weather. Your cans could be the very first picked up of the day or the very last.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. This one from Zach. Let's see. My thing that must go is family members who don't help with the caring for family members. My grandma is 87 years old, lost both her husband, and just lost her dog. None of my cousins have ever come over to help her. I am the only person who visits. I was the only person who helped care for my grandfather and helped with the yard work, and they chose to go on vacation instead of contributing. There you go, Zach. And finally, this one from Logan. Crystal meth must go.
Yes.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Gina?
One from me. There are many, many signs in my neighborhood. Like, almost you can't enter my neighborhood from any direction without seeing signs that say, fireworks are not allowed here. And these aren't like just neighbor signs, homemade signs. These are official from the city that says, do not do fireworks here. And there's no way people in my neighborhood drive by those and go and miss them and go to their house and then set off fireworks. I didn't see you. You saw the sign. You think you're above the sign.
Yep.
Makes me furious. This from Ashley. Fireworks that terrify my poor dog must go. My dog refusing her Benadryl that will help her allergies and anxiety. And my cousin's cat thinking he's mine and yelling at me in the morning to feed him when he already has food. Let's see. This from Trevor. People that hang around to chat and take their time in the continental breakfast room at the hotel. There's not a lot of room in there. Just get your stuff and go. And people that hire trade professionals to come to their house and think it will work out just fine because they work from home, but they don't have the ability or time to actually talk to you about the issue because they're working. They're on a Zoom call or something. This is the same as if we were just at work regularly. We need to talk to you about what's going on and how to fix it. If you're on a phone call, we can't do that. And let's see, finally, my things that must go are Grumpy Granny's paranoid that history's being erased, that more people are using pie and beer instead of Pioneer Day. They're upset over satire. Satire that someone photoshopped a Pioneer wagon from a beer keg. The phrase has been around for decades. Also, Sound of Freedom fans touting success of the movie that it made more money over this past week than Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, but are very quiet that the Barbie movie made more than $155 million, taking the top spot.
Well, and Mission Impossible is not yet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah.
It's been out for a couple
Has
months.
it been out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it didn't do great, actually.
It's too long.
Is it?
I think. But
Jackass who washed his dog in my tub, but never washed the tub when he was done. I don't want dog poop and hair in my tub.
Why? How did that happen?
Yeah.
But you let the person do it?
You're leaving an awful lot out here.
And finally, underdressed federal agents must go, especially when they're conducting serious crimes without an earpiece, sunglasses, or business cards.
I want the whole costume.
Did you send that one in?
I did.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Because on this day in 1957, Susan Janet Bellion was born.
Who?
Susie Sue.
She is 68 today. All right, there we go. Susie and the Banshees. Is this a sponsored feature, Gina?
Yes. It's sponsored, and then I will tell you the prize.
Okay.
Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music, enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Don't miss Jaunty and Lapdog Friday, May 30th at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com. Beat Gina Price today is X96 Welcomes Ministry at the Union June 1st with My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours at x96.com.
I'm Beat Gina announcer Johnny O. And before we get to the game, I have a word from Dr. Carl Barnes, creator of Bisga Embalming Fluid.
Well,
6 months ago, Dr. Barnes made a few gallons of Bisga Embalming Fluid. He used to think it was necessary to remove the blood in order to preserve the body, but he was finally able to produce a chemical which would not only remove discolorations if present, but would combine with the dark discolored blood and restore it to the natural color, thus removing every vestige of discoloration and thus give the body a perfectly lifelike appearance. When Dr. Barnes first took up this study, there were hundreds of embalming fluids on the market. And the manufacturers of them, without exception, said to remove the blood. Well, they were right. However, if you have Bisga embalming fluid, do not remove the blood under any circumstances.
Why?
As Bisga will remove it for you.
Oh.
Joey Taylor, the pioneer undertaker of Salt Lake City, ordered a trial case a little over 3 months ago. 10 days later, he telegraphed for 50 gallons and has since ordered 50 more. Oh. Mr. Taylor's been in the business for 50 years, and he knows something about embalming fluid. If the United States Chemical Company should offer to send you a 6-gallon case with the guarantee that every gallon would give satisfaction for money refunded and pay freight both ways, wouldn't you take the time to sit right down and order a case?
Well,
they have the Bisga. You have the Postal. The United States Chemical Company, 695 West Congress Street, Chicago, Illinois. Sole manufacturers of Bisga embalming fluid. And now, fortunately for us, he gave up a lucrative career as an embalmer to become the host of Beat Gina, Carrie Jackson.
It's true.
Used to be an embalmer.
I'm regretting the decision, but it's true. Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Kimberly is on the phone now. There we go. Kimberly, are you there?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning, Kimberly. Let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage. Call it heads or tails.
Tails.
All right. And it is heads. Sorry. Oh, that means Gina goes first.
One step further away from winning these ministry tickets.
Now, because Gina goes first, the first question for her to answer on her own with no interference, multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, Kimberly, hopefully you were paying attention. You can answer the same question correctly, stealing Gina's point away, and we'll go back and forth doing that until one of you has 3 points. All right, so I have some leftover Indiana Jones trivia. This is specifically Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So the first question is for you, Gina.
Okay.
What is Indy trying to get from Lau when chaos breaks out in the club?
Okay.
Is it 1, the name of his tailor, because that tux was fabulous.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Is it 2, the remains of an emperor? Is it 3, Willie's phone number? Or 4, a poison antidote?
A poison antidote.
Correct.
There you go. It's a point for Gina. Now to Kimberly.
Kimberly, what card does Shorty have up his sleeve when Indy catches him cheating at cards? What is the card that is up his sleeve? Is it 1, the Ace of Diamonds? Is it 2, the King of Hearts? Is it 3, Alto Annie? Or 4, Hayseed Hank?
Number 1.
Ace of Diamonds is correct.
There you go. 1-1. Back to Gina.
Gina.
Yes.
I think Kimberly's really into this.
Yes, this is our last Indy question.
Okay.
What did the Sultan of Madagascar threaten to cut off Indy if he ever returned? Is it 1, his line of credit? Is it 2, his privates? Is it 3, his hands? Or 4, his Slauson? That's a very deep dive.
The Slauson cut off.
Hands. No?
Sorry.
Kimberly.
That is incorrect.
Kimberly.
Can you say the first one again?
His line of credit?
No, not that one.
You mean the second one?
Yes,
His
please.
his privates?
Yes.
That is correct.
All right.
Yay.
It's 2 points for Kimberly, 1 for Gina.
Talking about
Kimberly.
privates in the Indiana Jones movies?
If you remember the scene, he goes, he threatened to cut off something of yours if you returned. Was it your hands, perhaps? He goes, no, it was my, and he looks at his crotch and then goes, my misunderstanding.
Okay, I was going to say, they didn't say privates.
They didn't say privates,
okay.
but it was clearly...
All right, I'll allow it.
And it all happened at the Slauson cutoff.
Yes. Get that. She'll allow it. All right.
She'll allow it. That's right. Let's see. It's 2-1, Kimberly's favor, and I believe Kimberly still controls the question.
Is that right?
Yes.
All right, Kimberly, we're going to Godzilla trivia. All right?
Okay.
Godzilla trivia. Godzilla is classified as what species, Kimberly? Is it 1, dinosaur? Is it 2, marine iguana? Is it 3, Sleestack? Or 4, Diana?
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur is correct.
You win the game, Kimberly.
Wow.
Nicely done.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Kimberly won with confidence.
Yes,
too. Very
as
good.
you should, Kimberly. You're going to go see
I got
Ministry
lucky.
at the Union on June 1st.
To say thank you.
That is fabulous.
Say
Thank you so much, you guys. Lots
right.
of fun. Thank you.
Hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get those tickets.
So I've got to go. Mrs. Ola and I have a viewing to go to.
A viewing? Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Hopefully they used...
I believe they do. They use Bisga embalming.
All right, Big Boy News now, brought to you by...
Dive into Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium. Experience jaw-dropping IMAX film Shark Kingdom. Grab limited edition shark gear. Explore shark-themed fun for the whole family. Don't miss it. Adventure is circling.
Well, Britney Spears' recent flight turned into quite the circus after she apparently made a toxic faux pas, as it says here.
Huh?
Now she's addressing the drama surrounding it all. The pop star initially made headlines last week after lighting a cigarette on a flight from Cabo San Lucas to Los Angeles, May 22nd. Smoking on airplanes is, of course, illegal under U.S. federal aviation rules. The alarmed flight crew contacted authorities who met Spears when the plane landed, according to multiple outlets. She was issued a warning about smoking on the flight before she was allowed to leave.
Oh, okay.
In an Instagram post the next day, Spears, who admitted she had been drinking on the flight as well.
I tried vodka for the first time. It's so good.
That's what she said.
For the first?
Yeah. She said, some planes I've been on you can't smoke mostly, but this one was different because the drink holders were on at the outside of the seat. Confession,
okay.
It was my first time drinking vodka, I swear. I felt so smart. I was like, wow, what the heck is in there? I felt so clear and smart, and I said, I want a cigarette so bad. She claimed her friend then lit a cigarette for her, leading her to believe that smoking was allowed on the plane. My friend put it in my mouth and lit it up for me, so I was like, oh, so this is a plane where you can smoke.
She's not okay.
She went on to apologize for her actions. I remember the days when I was a smoker, and they had smoking sections on planes, which was like the last 5 rows or 4 rows or something like that, which made... It's still, you could smell it all all over the cabin, you know. So, yeah, she said she wouldn't let me get out of my seat. I wanted to stand up. But, yeah, she needs some help. This just in, NPR, National Public Radio, and 3 Colorado public radio stations have filed a federal lawsuit against Donald Trump and the White House.
Good.
Over the president's executive order that purportedly bars the use of congressionally appropriated funds for NPR and PBS.
You said it right there. Congressionally appropriated funds.
Yeah,
if they want to get rid of this,
Congress has
you
to
have
vote
to
it.
go through Congress.
It is not always obvious when the government has acted with a retaliatory purpose in violation of the First Amendment, but this wolf comes as a wolf, states the legal brief for the president's broadcasters, or for the public broadcasters. The order targets NPR and PBS expressly because, in the president's view, their news and other content is not fair and accurate or unbiased. The line about the wolf was drawn from a 1988 dissent by the late U.S. Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. The lawsuit says that the administration is usurping Congress's power to direct how federal money will be spent and to pass laws. It names Trump, White House Budget Director Russell Vought, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and Maria Rosario Jackson, the chair of the National Endowment for the Arts, as defendants. The White House did not immediately comment on the suit. A team that includes noted free speech lawyer Theodore J. Boutros filed the lawsuit for NPR and the Colorado stations jointly in the District of Columbia. The suit calls Trump's early May executive order, quote, textbook retaliation and an existential threat to the public radio system that millions of Americans across the country rely on for vital news and information. The executive order is a clear violation of the Constitution and the First Amendment's protections for freedom of speech and association, the freedom of the press, said NPR President and CEO Catherine Maher in a statement. So there you go. Hundreds of people joined a Free Palestine rally at the Utah State Capitol on Sunday. The rally comes while Gaza's health ministry said Israeli strikes recently killed at least 38 people in Gaza, including children. They said thousands of people have been killed in the territory since Israel ended a ceasefire in March. Aziz Abu Zayed said his family was enjoying a picnic as attendees held signs and gave speeches Sunday afternoon. They were eating lunch with Abu Zayed. He said it's something that millions of Palestinians in Gaza are deprived of. 4 years ago, Abu Zayed had left his home in Gaza. He still has family back there, he said. My entire city of Rafah has been wiped clean. My school, my 2 schools that I have been in my entire life, my high school in Gaza, have all been destroyed. I have no memories now. I have no place to go back to. Last week in Washington, D.C., 2 Israeli embassy staffers were fatally shot outside the Capitol Jewish Museum by a gunman who reportedly shouted pro-Palestinian slogans. In the wake of that shooting, Fox 13 spoke with Ron Zamir with the United Jewish Federation of Utah. He said his community is wary of language that he says could result in violence like the shooting in D.C. When people co-opt an issue like the tragedy that's happening to the Palestinians and turn it into a political issue. Now, again, this is a man, he's with the United Jewish Federation of Utah. He says, when people co-opt an issue like this, the tragedy that's happening to the Palestinians, and they turn it into a political issue to delegitimize a country and a people, it impacts all of us, he said. So, let's see what else we have. Animal shelters in Utah are at full capacity. It says some of them are. They're asking Utahns to come and adopt or foster pets. Salt Lake County Animal Services recently posted on social media that their shelters are full, which can bring a lot of challenges. Jamie Johansson, the Associate Division Director for Salt Lake County Animal Services, said they're currently finding solutions. We're actually working on getting an overflow building right now. It's going to be a minimum of 15 or 16 kennels, but for right now, currently, we're not doubled up on kennels. But if we had to, worst-case scenarios, we would double up on the kennels we have. Getting a new building can be costly, however, said Julie Ovestad, the Pet Resource Central Director for the Humane Society of Utah, and my sister.
I was going to say.
And my sister-in-law. Said nonprofits can sometimes step in. What most municipal organizations do is ask nonprofits, private nonprofits like the Humane Society, to transfer animals in. So we do quite a lot to try and relieve some of the overcrowding so that they can continue to take care in stray animals or dangerous animals or injured animals. But really, the best thing that you can do to help this situation is
have your pets spayed or neutered.
You guys didn't even plan that.
We didn't.
Adopt or foster an animal, and the Humane Society will help you do that. Kerry, there's an article here for you, and I won't go into it, but does the name Charu Das mean anything to you?
Charu Das?
And his wife, Bahavi Devi?
Nothing springing to mind right away.
They were in Los Angeles, longtime members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, also known as the Hare Krishna movement, a Hindu sect that worships Krishna. So they heard that there was a radio station for sale in Utah County back in 1980.
Now, what are the names again?
They were living in Los Angeles. Charu Das.
Oh, that's he insisted we call him Chaz.
Really?
Yes.
And his wife, Bahavi Devi.
Yes.
And
Chaz?
They bought the radio station.
I never met his wife.
They bought the radio station for $225,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
And an AM daytimer.
And they got a big parcel of land around it.
Yeah, it was this big field.
And that's where they
built the temple.
I mean, they've really parlayed that little
station? Is that
yeah, it's still there.
Oh yeah. They've really done an amazing thing.
I drove by there recently, and the building where the station is not looking good. I wonder if they've moved the studio into the temple.
Oh, there's a picture of it here, of that building. I assume this is what it is.
I mean, there's the temple.
Like a little cinder block.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it might have a solar panel on top of it.
It's my first radio gig.
Yeah. There you go. There's a long article about it. Where is it? I'll forward it to you.
Please.
Let's see. President Trump and his family have monetized the White House more than any other occupant.
What about the Biden crime family? What about that?
No, more than them. Way more than them. Normalizing activities that once would have provoked heavy blowback on official investigations. Why they don't now, I'm not sure.
Where's the blowback?
President Trump?
What Mike Johnson says about it is, well, it's all out in the open, so it's okay.
Oh, that's okay?
Well,
okay.
I mean, what's her name, the spokesperson?
Caroline Leavitt.
Leavitt said about the that crypto dinner where all those donors were having dinner. She said, well, it's not happening at the White House. It's happening off-site, and so that's okay.
No, because you use the presidential seal on your podium, which is illegal.
You'll remember the days when Hillary Clinton, a furor, erupted over reports that she had once made $100,000 from a $1,000 investment in cattle futures.
Mm-hmm.
That happened a dozen years before her husband, Slick Willie, ever became president.
Yeah, but it was a thing.
Still, it was a scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the media is not holding him accountable because they're terrified.
31 years later, after dinner at Mar-a-Lago, Jeff Bezos agreed to finance a promotional film about Melania Trump that will reportedly put $28 million directly in her pocket.
They've never paid this much for a documentary.
Nope.
No. 280 times the Clinton lucre.
Yeah.
In this case, from a person with a vested interest in policy set by her husband's government.
It's because they're Republicans. It's okay.
Yeah. And finally, this. Scientists have solved two major limitations of human vision in one breakthrough: our inability to see in darkness and our blindness to infrared light. Newly developed contact lenses can convert invisible infrared radiation into visible colors, effectively giving wearers both enhanced night vision and access to an entirely new color spectrum. Published in the journal Cell, the study describes how researchers created these soft, transparent contact lenses embedded with microscopic particles that convert infrared radiation into visible light, thereby enabling the wearer to see in the darkness. Wouldn't that be interesting? You can see. You'd have to wear contact lenses, though.
Oh, well.
The night vision contact lenses. All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
Joey Chestnut broke his own popcorn eating record over the weekend.
Oh, man. Really?
Out snacking himself. 3 years ago, the Guinness Book of World Records confirmed that Joey downed 32 servings of 24-ounce popcorn in 8 minutes, breaking his own previous record, 28.5.
Go, Joey, go.
His strategy was chugging water with every swallow, helping the popcorn go down. In the NBA... Oklahoma City over Minnesota, 128-126. Oklahoma leads that 3-1. Tonight you've got the Knicks and the Pacers at 6 o'clock. I don't know if Timothy Chalamet is going to the game. NHL Hurricanes over the Panthers at 3-0. Florida leads that series 3-1. Today you have the Stars and the Oilers at 6 o'clock.
Oh, what's her name? Caitlin Clark is out for 2 weeks, though. She's injured.
Yep. Let's see, weather. Warm and getting warmer, 86 and sunny today, overnight low 60. High of 87 tomorrow with a chance of spotty sprinkles. That looks like the only time this week we're going to see even the possibility of that. We do continue to get warmer, though. 90 Thursday, 91 Friday, 94 by Saturday. Traffic, we have a multi-vehicle crash. I-15 southbound at Pleasant Grove exit in Utah County. 3 right lanes and the shoulder are blocked. Traffic is back to Pioneer Crossing in American Fork. Crash northbound I-15 approaching 146 South in Bluffdale. We have a crash eastbound SR-48 at US 89 in Salt Lake. We have a crash northbound Mountain View Corridor 35th South. Let me check our message stream, see if anybody has sent anything in there. Nope, but if you see something, please let us know. 33986. Members of Holiday Oils My Holiday get 20 cents off per gallon on Tank Up Tuesdays at 12 different locations along the Wasatch Front. Check out the Holiday Oil app for details.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back with a Utah word of the day after these messages. Stand by.
At 33986.
Utah Word of the Day brought to you by.
See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinemas. Summer Showdown starting this weekend, May 30th, with cult classics Fight Club and Drive. Now both can be seen on Friday and Saturday. Get your tickets at slfstix.org.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah Word of the Day, and today's word is...
Organ. O-R-G-A-N, organ. And it's time once again for Mona Community Notes. Now say welcome with me, if you would please, to the mayor of Mona, Don Criddle, and as always, along for the ride is his son, Denver. Hello and welcome, Mr. Mayor.
Hello. I'm the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle. And this is Mona Community Notes with me, Don Criddle. And along for the ride is my son, Denver. Denver Criddle.
I like to go along for the ride. Sometimes, if it's not too cold, Daddy lets me roll down the window and I hang my head out. Daddy says when I do that, I'm acting like a damn dog.
When you hang your head out the window of the car like that, you look like a damn dog, Denver.
When I do that, when I hang my head out the car window, I like to pretend I'm a dog. A cute, cuddly puppy dog.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. I must remind you, we have a limited time here.
Hey, lady. You wanna pet me or scratch me behind my ears? I'm a cute, cuddly puppy dog.
Well, I mean, I'm a grown woman. I don't think. Well, you're a young boy, and it should.
No, I'm not a young boy. I'm a cute, cuddly puppy dog.
Denver, leave the lady alone. I have to apologize for his behavior, miss. When I go out to town for a few days and the boy has only his mother to be in charge, Denver starts to forget himself and his manners. Takes a few days to get him in hand again.
You want to scratch my belly?
Heel, Denver, heel! Oh, don't make me get the shock collar.
Okay, I'm sorry, Daddy.
You see, miss, I had to go up to a conference of mayors for a few days. It was a conference for mayors of up-and-coming small cities. And if you know anything about Mona, Utah, you know that it's a city that's up and, if all the indicators are correct, will soon be coming.
Oh, well, where was this conference of mayors?
Oregon. Corvallis, to be exact. It was to be up in Beaverton, Oregon, but the committee discovered that the motel prices was lower in Corvallis, so we switched to there. I know you're wondering what goes on at a conference of mayors. Well, we compare notes on everything from garbage collection and tax collection and sewer treatment. I also ran the new Mona Town motto by them.
Can I say the motto, Daddy? Can I tell the lady what the new Mona Town motto is?
Go ahead, Denver.
It's Mona, Utah, so why not?
The other mayors up Torgan like the motto pretty much okay. One of them, Mayor Critchfield, who come down Torgan from Pell Ell, Washington, said, "Well, that answers the question I always had, which was, why Mona, Utah?" Pretty smart-alecky words from a guy who's the mayor Pell Ell.
Tell her about the farewell dinner, Daddy.
Well, that was pretty much a dud. There was an open bar, and I had a few cocktails, which was okay because I wasn't in Utah. And then we served up the main course, and I couldn't believe it. Liver and onions. I just had to push it aside and move on to the dessert. I can't stand organ meat.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
So Denver was a dog in that.
He was a cute little puppy dog.
That reminds me. we were up at the tree farm this weekend, and the dogs. So we got Riley, and then we have the puppy Oakley. And actually, Oakley's really good about coming when you call her. She's
which my kids were.
Riley looks at you like, I may or may not decide to do that thing you asked me to do. But Oakley is very well behaved. So they were off running in the trees and not coming when I called them. And I was confused. I had to go out. I had to put shoes on and tromp out there to try to bring them back in.
So you're letting them run free.
I mean, kind of. That's kind of the idea up there, to let them run free.
Harassing the neighbor's cows.
And brought them back, and they smelled terrible because they rolled in something.
Yeah, they'll do that.
And Joe said, I found a dead bird in the yard, and I threw it. And I said, was it over here by this fence? Or he said, yep, that's where I threw it. I'm like, great.
Yeah, you got to.
But then I have to drive them back in the car.
Ooh.
Riley's got an appointment at Pups today.
Stinky
to get groomed
creatures.
and get her, but I had to ride in the car with two stinky bird rolling around.
Couldn't you hose them down outside up there?
Yeah, but it's not. They need a real.
Clean,
They need a real scrubbing down.
What you need is a darn good scrubbing.
Why do they do that? Why is there's a dead thing I want to roll around in?
A dead thing or a stinky thing, and they'll roll in.
Yeah, don't you want? I mean, I have to stop myself.
Ugh, terrible. Anyway, traffic.
Crash northbound US 40 about a mile north of Heber has traffic backed up 2 miles on Main Street there. If you're headed up to Jordanelle, expect big delays as traffic doesn't appear to be getting past the crash site. Multi-vehicle crash, I-15 southbound in Pleasant Grove exit in Utah County. 3 right lanes in the shoulder are blocked. I was just looking at the UDOT cameras. Traffic looks like it's back to Pioneer Crossing in American Fork. Big delays through there. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
All right, we're going to take a break, play a song. After that song, it's the Boner Recap game. Easy to play. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, you could guess maybe today, but I would cheat if I were you. Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boners, May 27, 2025. Click on there, and it'll say winner next to the correct answer. What is our prize today?
Tickets to see Kaleo, part of the Deer Valley Concert Series.
All right, you get those tickets at 877-602-9696. Call, play, win. It's quite simple, actually. Salt Lake Film Society.
Yeah, we had Tori in here last week telling us about the Summer Showdown. This is where they pit 2 movies against each other, and you vote by your butt in the seat going to see the movies. You find your favorite movies. Some of them you might not have seen in the theater or even for a long time. It all starts this weekend, Friday and Saturday. They're doing it a little differently this year. It used to be 1 movie Friday, 1 movie Saturday. Now you can see both of these movies on either day. Okay. Fight Club and Drive.
If I'm picking, that's tough. I'd have to pick Fight Club.
I might go Drive on that one.
Is that Ansel Elgort?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drive?
Yeah. No, that's Baby Driver.
You're thinking Baby Driver.
Yeah. Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling is in Drive. He's got the scorpion jacket.
Yeah. Also, Troll 2, May 29th. This is one of their special events. It's a special screening with cast and crew there to celebrate one of the worst films ever made right here in Utah. You can get tickets at slfstix.org.
The X96.
Did you have one of those things, Bill, that people like? One of those.
A list?
Yeah.
Well, I have 11 surprising uses for bananas.
Were you really surprised?
I was surprised when I read them.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
I mean, you encounter bananas more often than I do, so if you're surprised, then I'm going to be just shocked.
Well, I just can't. I have never thought of doing anything with bananas rather than eating them. But
this is other uses
yes,
for bananas?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well,
Number 1, polishing shoes.
What? Like the
The inside of a banana peel can be used to shine your shoes. Just rub the peel on the surface of your leather shoes and then buff them with a soft cloth.
Huh.
They will shine right up.
I need to do that to my Doc Martens.
Smell like bananas.
Number 2, use bananas. This is a surprising use for a banana. To treat skin irritation. Banana peels can be used to soothe skin irritation such as bug bites or rashes.
Okay.
Just rub the inside of the peel on the affected area for a few minutes to reduce itching and inflammation.
Well, just make sure you're not allergic to bananas like I am, or else it
Make it
might
worse.
make it worse.
Well, then don't use them for any of these things.
Right.
Number 3, whitening your teeth.
Really?
Says bananas contain natural teeth whitening agents, such as potassium and magnesium. Just rub, again, the inside of the peel on your teeth for 2 minutes, unless you're Katie, and then brush with toothpaste as usual to remove stains.
So far, these are all banana peel things.
Number 4, well, that's part of a banana.
I know. I'm just.
You can eat the peel,
You
too.
can smoke them. Number 4, making natural fertilizer.
Yes.
Bananas are rich in nutrients and can be used to fertilize plants.
Makes great plant water, too.
Cut up the peels and bury them in the soil around your plants.
Plant what is plant water?
You put a banana peel in just water, and you just let it sit for about a day or two.
Yeah.
And it doesn't dissolve, but it gives all of its nutrients into that water. And then when you water your plants, they're really happy.
Oh.
Making banana vinegar.
What?
You can use overripe bananas to make a flavorful vinegar that can be used in salad dressings or marinades, or if you prefer, marinades. Mash up the bananas and mix with water, sugar, and vinegar. So you use a little vinegar as a starter, and then let the mixture ferment for a few weeks. Use banana peels for polishing silverware, making banana bread beer, treating dry skin. You have eczema or dry skin.
Rub bananas?
Yes.
Yeah, bananas can be used to moisturize the skin. Mash up a ripe banana and mix it with honey and yogurt to make a nourishing face mask.
You're going to
I've
attract
heard that for a
ants.
hair mask as well.
That might work.
Yeah.
Making banana peel bacon.
Ugh.
What?
That
Believe
sounds
it or not,
awful.
you can use banana peels to make a vegan bacon alternative. Cut the peels into strips, season with smoked paprika, and then bake them in the oven until crispy. I might try
You
that.
would try that,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. Why not?
Because it sounds awful.
No, it doesn't. It sounds, I don't know how that would taste.
It sounds you would try that.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a couple I skipped. There's making tenderizing meat. The enzymes in bananas can also be used to tenderize tough cuts of meat. Mash up a ripe banana, spread it over meat before cooking. Let it sit for 30 minutes to an hour, and then I assume you scrape the banana off of it.
We use in my family, when we make pulled pork in a slow cooker, we put a banana on top of it.
Really?
Yeah, like a whole banana. You just place it right on top, and it cooks down, and then you just take the banana off. But it
probably
adds,
tenderizes.
it makes it wonderful.
Huh.
Yeah.
And does your pork taste like banana?
No, I was always curious about that because I saw my mom do it all the time, and I was like, I don't like bananas all that much, Mom. And she's like, don't worry, honey. And every time we had pulled pork, it was absolutely phenomenal, and it was just super tender and juicy, and so a banana on top.
I'm going to try that too. That sounds great. I have not consumed bananas in a long time.
On purpose?
Well, no, but
are you avoiding bananas,
No,
Bill?
I would buy them, and it seemed like I would be the only one to eat them. And then so they'd start getting, overripe. So I'd put them in a bag in the freezer.
Make apples, or
and then use them for a smoothie or something like that.
you should make banana cake with your old bananas.
But then I had a big bag of frozen bananas, and I think they're still there.
You could make wonderful banana cake.
With frozen bananas?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a recipe. I'll let you have it. It's family recipe. It's
easy?
great. It's very easy, and it's one of my sisters and my favorite cake to make. But I get bananas about once a month.
Is it banana cake or banana bread?
It's banana cake. It is specifically banana cake with a nice frosting, very light frosting on it.
And when I was a kid, I used to love banana pudding with Nilla wafers.
There you go.
You put Nilla wafers around it.
Muhammad, my son, not the prophet, eats bananas every day. Like after he works out, eat a banana.
Good source of potassium. So now I'm craving bananas.
Really?
Do you eat bananas,
No.
Gina? You don't eat them at all.
No.
Why?
They have an overwhelming flavor, and if you love a banana, then you're all about it. But
That's right. You don't like anything that tastes very much. You don't care for something that has a taste.
It's so banana, and if you like banana, then you're like, yay!
I used
banana.
to not to.
But if you don't like banana,
when I was a kid, I didn't love bananas. Now I really like them, but I have about one once a month.
I love the smell of bananas.
Mm-hmm.
I like the. I gotta get. They used to have these little banana candies, chewy candies. I forget what they were called.
yeah. See, I don't like real banana, and I also don't like artificial banana, like banana popsicle or banana.
No, I don't
I like
either.
that.
I can't do those.
How do you
If it's
feel
not a fresh banana.
How do you feel about Bananarama?
I do like Bananarama.
But you know why? They really don't have much of a taste.
They're kind of bland.
Yeah, they're kind of bland.
I thought on your list, things to do with a banana, if you need to, mime that you're on the phone.
So
I thought the banana is the perfectly shaped
it's a joke phone.
It's a joke.
And then there's the old joke of the guy comes up to him and says, "Hey, sir, you have a banana in your ear." And the guy says, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I have a banana in my ear." One of the stupidest
Dad
old
jokes.
jokes.
I love
them.
No, I love it.
Stupidest old jokes in the world.
They're great. Is that it? Is that
That's the banana list right there.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Yeah, I've had that one in there since April 13th. Also.
Jamie in Riverdale was worried. Did John Lydon die? No.
Oh, no.
No.
He's fine. I mean, he's sort of fine.
That's not the only reason we play things, that people die. Sometimes.
In Riverdale. Because on this day in 1977, the Sex Pistols single, God Save the Queen, was released in the UK. Banned by TV, radio. Pressing plant workers refused to handle the record when they were making it.
Ew, I'm not even going to touch it. It's icky.
It sold 200,000 copies in 1 week and peaked at number 2 on the charts.
Yep. All right. Well, we need a contestant to play the Boner recap game.
What's the prize at stake?
Okay, so see Kaleo, part of Deer Valley Concert Series, September 1st at Deer Valley Resort in Park City. Get your tickets now and find out more about that and all the shows at the Deer Valley Concert Series at x96.com. We could place them inside of a diner-style Radio from Hell coffee mug, if you like.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
877-602-9696 is the number to call to get those. That's okay. We'll just sit here and wait.
Yeah, that song,
God save the Queen.
There have been persistent rumors, never confirmed or denied, that it was actually the biggest selling single in UK at the time, but there was a conspiracy to keep it out of the number one slot on the charts.
Could be.
I could see that happening.
You know, the Palace has some influence.
Mm-hmm.
The Palace would be displeased if it went to number one.
Yes.
We are not amused, Bill? Is that what you're...
We are not amused.
Not amused.
It would be, poop. It's terrible.
All right. Mitchie is here.
Mitchie?
Howdy.
That's what it says.
Is your name Mitchie?
Mitchie.
It's short for Michelle.
Oh, okay. Mishy.
Oh, Mishy.
What is it? Is it Mishy or Mitchie?
It's Mitchie.
Mitchie.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
All right.
Don't try to change her name,
sorry,
Gina.
It's Michelle. I would think it's Mishy. But...
Well, I think Mitchie's much cuter, don't you?
It's normally confused.
What do you do, Mitchie?
I'm a vet tech, but I'm not going in today, luckily.
You're a vet tech. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mitchie. What we're going to do here is the boner recap. I will read the three boner candidates, and if you can tell me who the winner was, you will win. What is it again?
Tickets to see Kaleo, part of the Deer Valley concert series.
Okay. Are you ready to go?
Of course.
Okay. Did you hear the candidates earlier?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you're fine then. So boner candidate number one, Mitchie, was they were just going to go to waste anyway. It was the former Harvard Medical School morgue manager who was apparently sneaking body parts out of the lab, out of the morgue, and then selling them on the black market. Fingers, hands, toes, feet, faces, severed heads, all kinds of stuff. It was a pretty lucrative market for that. That was boner candidate number one. Boner candidate number two, well, I hate airport food, darling. I just hate it, said Chloe Gray. That's why she, in her designer bag, took a whole rotisserie chicken on board a plane. This will be my in-flight meal, darling, don't you know? I hate airport food. And then boner candidate number three, he was persecuted by radical left monsters. Donald Trump said Monday he's pardoning a former Virginia, a former Virginia sheriff who was sentenced to 10 years in prison after a jury convicted him on federal bribery charges for deputizing several businessmen in exchange for cash payments. There you go. Those were the three candidates. Mitchie, which was the winner?
Boner number three.
Yep. Yep, you win. You win.
There you
go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Hang on the line, and we'll tell you how to get those tickets.
Delightful sounding person.
Yeah.
A charming sounding person.
All right. Well, we will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with some big boy news and opinioendo. Stand by for all of that. RenaissanceRanch.com.
Yeah, Renaissance Ranch is a place where you can go, or if it's somebody you know, or you can send them for addiction treatment. We've all had our problems, or some people in our family we know. Renaissance Ranch is the place to go. It is a family-owned addiction treatments center. They're local people. The program is designed specifically for male patients, and they offer both residential and outpatient services, which is great. Staffed by recovering addicts, they understand what you're going through because they've been there. They know the cycles of addiction. They know how hard it can be. Now, Renaissance Ranch is unique for a couple of reasons. One, it has a full continuum, including sober and transitional housing, plus lifetime guarantee. If you complete the program and then you relapse, you can go back and go through the program again totally free. That's RenaissanceRanch.com. You'll find consultation sessions there. You can find out how to join Renaissance Ranch, and they take insurance and medical.
Yeah, I took my daughter Jonesy to California with one of her friends to see this performer Rule, who I didn't know anything about.
RUEL.
Yes. Right? And performed at the Shrine Expo Hall on the USC campus, and the hall reminded me of Saltaire.
Oh, really?
Same size, same shape, same setup there,
okay.
And it was packed.
Of course.
But it's a standing show. There are no chairs there.
Oh, okay.
Which is a problem for remain seated Gina Barberi.
Yes.
So go with her friend, and they found a place in the crowd where they wanted to stand.
Mm-hmm.
And he is like this positive, you should be nice to yourself, and like all of his songs are very,
uplifting
and inclusive, and
you know what? Now that you say that, it doesn't surprise me because knowing your daughter,
yeah.
He's the non-Mormon David Archuleta.
I mean, this you would have thought it was the Beatles, the way these girls were screaming and crying, and they love Rule. He's just nice, a nice boy.
So did you do what you said you were going to do, and that is stand at the back of the room with the parents?
So I stayed with her for a bit, and it's weird going to a show where you don't know any of the music at all.
Yeah.
And it's 4 or 5 songs in, I'm like, how does he have all these? He did 17 or 18 songs. I'm like, this is nice, but
it all sounds alike.
So I wandered to the back where the parents were. Actually, speaking of parents, when we were going into the venue, they were checking people, and they were saying to people, no vape pens, no smoke, no alcohol, and they were checking everybody as they came in, and the girls went ahead of me, and they said that to them, no smoke, no vape, no, and then they saw me, and they're like, oh, you're here with your mom, have a good time. And I'm like, am I so obviously the mom?
So this would have
in this crowd, yeah.
This would not have been the venue. Yesterday, I was out and about. Day before yesterday, I was out and about and received 3 or 4 comments on the shirt I was wearing, which said, and they were all positive, keep music evil. You've seen me wear that shirt. Mm-hmm. This would not have been the venue for me to be wearing that shirt.
No.
Or would it have been?
No. But I lucked out. So I went to the bathroom, and in the bathroom, there was a folding chair. Just sitting there.
Waiting for you. Did it say Gina on it somewhere?
It kind of did.
That's why you went to the bathroom. You heard the chair calling your name.
Gina, I'm in here. Come in here.
Mr. Scott, beam me down a chair.
So you removed the chair?
I just left it. I sat in the bathroom in the folding chair.
Oh, I would have taken the chair out.
For a couple of songs. Not very long.
You didn't take the folding chair out?
No, because then I didn't want security to be like, hey, this is a no folding chair.
Because that's weirder to me that you're sitting in the bathroom on a folding chair.
That's really weird.
That's, to me,
I didn't know anybody there.
Yeah,
just a couple of songs.
All right.
I didn't need to hear all 18 songs.
We need to do something that will get Gina in trouble someday. Because you've never really been in trouble.
Why do you want me to get in trouble?
Everybody needs to get in trouble at least once.
But it's not fun getting in trouble.
Well, it's not fun at the time, but it's great stories afterwards, and you don't have any of those.
I just told a great one. I sat on a folding chair in a bathroom. That's fun.
Yeah, that's exciting.
No one else did that at the show. I'm the only person there.
That's an adventure,
That's
Gina.
living outside. I'll tell you.
You know how I feel about bathrooms. I'm not super comfortable there in public bathrooms.
Boy,
that was
really?
a dangerous thing to sit in the bathroom.
X96.
I just got a text from Todd Newcomb, who said, multi-vehicle crash southbound I-15 in Centerville just before the merge from the West Davis corridor. 4 left lanes are blocked. Traffic backing into Farmington. I don't know if that means Todd won't be here for our meeting, or I don't know, Todd. I don't know how long you're going to be stuck there. But Todd is a member of the Infinity team, as are all of you. You can always text us and let us know what you're seeing at 33986. Jerry Sander Cadillac celebrate their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Sander difference.
Kind of like you're a member of the Infinity team, whether you know it or not, or whether you want to be or not.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You can't get out of it.
Yeah.
All right. Big Boy News now brought to you by...
Dive into Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium. Experience the jaw-dropping IMAX film Shark Kingdom. Grab limited edition shark gear and explore shark-themed fun for the whole family. Don't miss it. Adventure is circling.
Well, Disney's live-action redo of Lilo and Stitch and Tom Cruise's, it says here, final Mission Impossible movie from Paramount and Skydance fueled the biggest start of summer holiday weekend of all time, based on Monday estimates. Lilo and Stitch blew away all expectations.
Yep.
Record-smashing 4-day domestic debut of $183 million.
Huge.
And a jaw-dropping, I hate that phrase, $341.7 million globally, while Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, opened to $77.5 million, which is the best in the series.
It's the best of the series, but I also love that Lilo and Stitch just pounded Tom Cruise.
Jeez, it's amazing.
I love that.
77.5 to 183 million. That's and then they did 191 million worldwide.
Everyone went to the movies,
Yeah.
it sounds like.
Everyone was at the theaters this weekend.
Now, it says here that the Lilo and Stitch was always expected to beat Mission Impossible, but nobody thought it would, kill it like that.
Yeah.
Kids are out of school, and this is like the perfect time of year to have the kid movie come out. They're looking for something to do with them.
It's kind of an ironic thing, too, because Tom Cruise was in Minority Report and barely beat the original animated Lilo and Stitch when they opened opposite each other in 2002.
So this is Stitch's revenge.
Yeah. That's just amazing. And it's not just drawing interest from families, Lilo and Stitch. Apparently, 60% of ticket buyers were non-parents and kids, far higher than the norm. Interest exploded among teenage girls and younger women adults, Gen Z and younger millennials who grew up on the first.
They have a fondness.
They had the first movie, and there was a TV show about this Hawaiian girl with a kind of a family that has a lot of problems, and adopts an adorable, troublemaking dog-like alien.
Now, Sue swears that we watched the original.
I saw it.
I can't remember.
It was a long time ago.
A minute of it.
You probably did. It was a long time
I
ago.
don't recall any of it.
And I saw somebody talking about Mission Impossible, and I think this is accurate. It was long. It's 3 hours long.
It is long.
And the first hour is terrible. They could have just started it at the second hour mark. That would have been a good movie. Because that's when all the action happened. So what I'm saying is, if you haven't seen it, go an hour late to Mission Impossible, and you will enjoy it.
Kermit the Frog gave a graduation speech at the University of Maryland, and apparently it was just charming and funny, which you would expect.
Yeah.
Some of the best lines from Kermit. Rather than jumping over someone to get what you want, consider reaching out your hand and taking the leap side by side. Aww. Because life is better when we leap together. That's nice. He says, a lot of MAGA folks are criticizing Kermit's speech for being too woke.
Of course.
How can you criticize Kermit the Frog?
He's too woke. Let's see if we can get another quote here. He told students to stay connected to your loved ones and to your dreams, no matter how impossible they seem.
Yeah, how could you be against that?
Yeah, you're teaching your kids to be pansies. Life is not a solo act. No, it's not. It's a big, messy, delightful ensemble piece, especially when you're with your people. Aww. He's a sweet guy. I don't know. I guess we'd have to hear this. They Might Be Giants performing Dr. Worm on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Apparently, it's really good. It was an incredible live performance of that song on Jimmy Kimmel. So look around for it. It's available. Chrissy Teigen, she had bandages all over her face. She opened up about going under the knife after she appeared on Instagram Live from a hospital bed. In the mysterious footage, she had bandages on her face, sparking concern. Yeah. She explained it. She said, a lot of you are wondering about my hospital picture, which is very understandable, says I gave no explanation. I had a hairline lowering procedure.
Hairline lower. She had a big forehead?
Well, she said after having kids, my hair has gotten very thin on the top. Right? So there's this procedure where they can kind of lower it, and it'll make your hair thicker.
She had a facelift.
Yeah,
that's probably what it was.
Say it. Just say it, Chrissy.
Yeah, it's okay.
We love you. You're
beautiful.
You're Utah's own.
Yeah.
Just admit it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Demi Lovato got married Sunday in a fashionable California wedding to Jordan Lutz. The couple said I do at about 4 p.m. Sunday. The former Disney Channel star and Sorry Not Sorry singer wore a white Vivienne Westwood dress with a corset bodice for the ceremony. Vogue wrote in its culture-crammed detailing of the event. So I love everything about this dress, Demi Lovato said. Okay, good for her. Funny parrot loves fart jokes. Well, skip that. Oh, the All-American Rejects. So last week we told you that they were doing backyard. They're going to perform
backyard shows.
Perform in people's backyards. And in the midst of playing in the backyard of a house near the University of Missouri in Columbia, the cops came and shut it down.
But
footage shared by the band on their official YouTube channel, they were delivering an electric performance of their 2005 hit Move Along, when toward the end of the track, band leader Tyson Ritter exclaimed, all right, you guys, whoa, we got to stop. The cops just shut us down, he said. After his announcement, the crowd appeared to boo in unison. Sorry, y'all, we just got kicked off campus. And then they disappeared from the band's launch stage. He returned to say to fans, now, they said we can play one more effing song.
Come on, guys, one more song.
They said we could have one more effing song, so let's do it.
So one of the police officers was a fan.
Oh, really?
And he's like, oh, okay, you guys can do, because they hadn't played the hit yet. You got to play the hit. So he let him go out
let him do the song.
And let him do.
That was nice.
Gives You Hell.
Well, you
can't leave without doing Gives You Hell.
It's like the song they're known for.
Billy Joel's wife, Alexis Roderick Joel, is talking about her husband's recent brain disorder. Thank you for the outpouring of love and support, Alexis wrote via her husband's official Instagram account. We're so grateful for the wonderful care and swift diagnosis we received. Bill is beloved by so many, and to us he's father and husband who is at the center of our world. In the same Monday statement, Alexis, who married Billy Joel in 2015 after 6 years of dating, wrote that the family is hopeful for his eventual recovery and overall health. They have 2 children together, daughters Della Rose and Remy Ann. I don't know, it's a hard thing to come back from, that condition.
Yep.
A woman claiming to be Freddie Mercury's secret daughter has come forward for the first time in a new biography about Freddie Mercury. According to the upcoming book, Love, Freddie, by Leslie Ann Jones, the child was conceived accidentally during an affair between Mercury and the wife of a close friend. Ooh. Mercury remained involved in the child's life from the moment she was born until his death in 1991. Though her existence was known only to members of his inner circle, the woman, who was chosen to identify herself as B, is now 48 years old and works as a medical professional in Europe. Upon learning of the pregnancy, Freddie Mercury reportedly began chronicling his life story in a series of diaries. In total, he wrote 17 volumes, which he delivered to her, B, before his passing. B shared the contents of these diaries with Jones for the book, Love, Freddie. He entrusted his collection of private notebooks to me, his only child, and his next of kin. So it seems as though
this is legit.
She's legit, and so the stuff in the book is legit. And she's
not trying to get famous.
It doesn't look like it, and she's not, saying, "Where's my money?" My guess is she probably has some.
Yeah,
It says she's working as a medical professional, but I would
But if
imagine.
he kept in contact with her,
I'm sure he made some provisions for her. More than half of Americans don't know what Memorial Day is.
Include Donald Trump in that, because he wished us all. I hope you're having a happy Memorial Day.
He even gave a speech at some Memorial Day service. So he must know something about what it is.
When he announced I'm going to be speaking at they went to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier,
Right.
like as tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
The wreath ceremony.
He truthed out before it, and he said, "I'm going to be giving a speech today at the memorial. Enjoy," is what he said.
Gina, it's not that he doesn't know what it is. It's that he is about everything absolutely tone deaf.
And then he went to do speaking of commencement ceremonies, he gave the speech at the West Point, which all presidents have done for the last, I don't know how many.
Well, this was the greatest speach, though.
Yeah. You got your Obamas, your Clintons, your Bushes, Bushes. You've got, and all of those previous presidents stood there and shook hands with every single graduate. Mm-hmm. Trump said, "I'm sorry I have to leave. I have to go make deals with China for the tariffs." He also said during the speech, and there are many clips of this out there, talking about don't get a trophy wife and just...
He rambled around.
Nonsense.
He also said, "I just spoke a few weeks ago at the Ohio State." He never did.
No,
he spoke at Alabama, I believe it was, but it wasn't Ohio State.
And he didn't leave to go work on deals with China.
No, he had to golfing.
He immediately left and went golfing.
Yeah.
But tell me that this is the party of the we love the military. We appreciate the military.
But it was okay, Gina, because he gave the greatest speech they ever heard at
Don't
West
get a
Point.
trophy wave.
He gave,
Stealth. I don't like stealth.
Oh, that was. So he doesn't understand.
He doesn't understand.
He says that they tell me they can't see it. I don't. He thinks it's like actually invisible.
What?
A stealth bomber.
I don't trust the stealth.
I don't trust.
They tell me they shape the wing one way and you can't see it. I don't know about that.
It you can't pick it up on radar. It's not that it's like Wonder Woman's plane.
No, he thinks it's invisible.
Like it's invisible.
Where can I get one of those golden lassos?
All this talk about Biden's mental acuity. There are every day dozens of examples of Trump.
He's gone.
Anyway, weather?
Warm and getting warmer. 86 and sunny today, 87 tomorrow with a slight chance of showers. And then we're in the 90s for the rest of the week with no chance of showers, it looks like. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure & Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
All right, so we'll be back after these. HasterGames.com. Go down and see them, 6831 South State Street. And they've got everything that you need for your board games, your tabletop role-playing, Magic, Dungeons & Dragons, dice, figures, paints, all the latest board games. They have traditional board games as well, but they specialize in the role-playing and D&D and Magic the Gathering, that kind of thing. They've been doing it longer than anybody. Final Fantasy coming to your games of Magic the Gathering in a little over a month. Haster will, of course, be holding a pre-release event to celebrate the set. It's going to be a massive moment for fans of both Magic and Final Fantasy. You don't want to miss out on that, so contact the shop for details about the event. And the iconic board game Catan has just received a brand new edition. This new edition streamlines the rules of the games for less rule reading and more game playing, as well as building upon the existing rules that make each game you play even more fun. So alongside the release of the new base games, the 5 to 6 player expansion, the Seafarers expansion, the Cities and Knights expansion, plus 5 to 6 player add-ons for both, Catan is back and bigger than ever. HasterGames.com for more information, 6831 South.
I didn't really get a traffic ticket. I was on I-70 coming back from Moab, and it's 80 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
Down that stretch from Moab to Green River, and I'm going the speed limit 80, And I would pass a cop car, highway patrol, had pulled somebody over, and I went past. I didn't slow down because I wasn't speeding.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look in my rearview mirror, and there's
It's coming for you.
a patrol car coming for me. So I pull over thinking, well, what the hell? Here's what it was.
Okay.
I received a citation, a warning citation. It is now Utah law. I don't know if this is new or the guy said it like it was new. If you need to go pull into the other lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now I usually do
because it's dangerous.
I usually do, but for some reason he was there was a big wide shoulder and the cop was, but he said he was very nice and friendly. We're just warning people today.
Oh, okay.
We just want to warn people that this is a law, and but they actually wrote up a
citation warning.
Yeah, a warning citation.
Yeah, it's there have been several police officers hit by people.
Well,
They get out of the car to
I understand that it's important, and I usually do it. But he was so far over that I didn't.
And it's a good habit to get in now because it's a bigger problem in the winter.
Yeah,
when roads are slick and it's harder to see.
It was the Emery County Sheriff's Office, but the guy who came up to my car was not. He was not an officer. I mean, he had a uniform, but he was like some sort of intern. I think he was an intern.
Traffic intern?
Yeah, he said, I'm the trooper and I. So he said, the trooper and I were pulling people over just to warn them. But he did have
But it worked. You're going to be more. I would assume it worked. You're going to be more aware of it.
And now you're spreading the word here.
No, screw it. I hate law enforcement. I'm not going to ever. Those coppers aren't going to get me. No, as I said, I normally do.
Yeah.
Apparently, this has been a law since 2010. And you're lucky you didn't get a ticket. Oh, interesting.
How long since you have had a ticket?
I can't remember.
Me neither.
The last time I had a citation.
Me neither.
I think maybe the last time I had a citation was when I rear-ended somebody because I was being inattentive.
Oh, actually, Guy looked it up. It went into effect 5/3/2023.
Oh.
So it is new.
It is reasonably new.
I thought that's what he said. This is,
yeah,
it's a new law.
All right. Let's see. No traffic, so we won't even waste our time with it. All right, 9:38 right now.
Is Elena Wood there? Elena?
There she is.
Elena!
Nightingale College, that's who's bringing you this segment.
Elena Wood from Nightingale College. Good morning.
Good morning. How's everyone doing today?
Well, I think it's the perfect time to talk about the 5 C's of mental health. That's how I'm feeling.
I went down the list and Chardonnay is not there.
And neither's candy.
Oh yeah, no, those are both on the addendum. So
I see.
A few pages back.
All
Yeah.
right. So, what are the 5 C's of mental health? If you
Yes.
do these things, it will, maybe not ensure, but
help
Right.
your mental health.
Yes,
All right.
support you in having good mental health.
All right.
So the first is connection, thinking about relationships that we build, long-term, deep, meaningful connections. And the science really shows that we want quality over quantity in this area.
Yeah, we were talking about that this morning, as a matter of fact. Early this morning, with men have the tendency to, as they get older, sort of isolate and not have connections.
Not
with
have
friends.
connections, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it definitely does impact not just their mental well-being, but their overall physical health as well.
And if you need to borrow $5, it's, if there's nobody there you can borrow it
Definitely
from.
who you're going to turn to, yeah.
Exactly. What's the next one?
The next one is compassion. And compassion is a willingness to sit in discomfort, both with ourselves as well as with others, and to be kind to ourselves and others during these times of discomfort.
Sometimes that might come easily to you for other people, but not so much for yourself.
I think that's absolutely true. I hadn't thought about it that way, but that is true. You can feel the pain of other people. You can take on their, but sometimes you don't.
Don't allow it for yourself.
Yeah, you're very hard on yourself that way. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to ask myself, how would I treat a friend in this situation?
Yeah, there you go.
And that helps me, not always, but often it helps me be a lot kinder to myself.
I would ask myself that, but I don't have any friends.
Stop.
So.
You need connection.
I know.
You got to do them one at a time.
I know, and I'm going to be working on that. What's the next one?
The next one is coping.
Well, I can't do that.
This is talking about building healthy skills and mechanisms when we do come across stress in our lives. It can be so easy to just zone out, stare at our phones, stare at our TVs, whatever it might be. But we also need to develop skills that can help move us further along in our lives. Yeah. So things like journaling, talking with friends, moving our bodies, those can all help us manage stress and difficulties in a more healthy way.
Yeah, it really is hard. I mean, if you're having health issues or, like when I had, I had RSV last year, and that's really bad. And I said to my wife, I understand why people just say, that's it, I'm just going to sit in front of the TV and watch TV and just wait for Frank Chris to come along. He's our Grim Reaper friend. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But, it really does. You just feel such despair. Now, I don't feel that way now, but when I was ill, I did feel that way. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's easier in the moment for sure to zone out and do all of these things. But in the long run, we definitely benefit more from doing these healthier mechanisms, of course.
And then so community is the next one?
Yes, community. And this is different from connection. Community is part of being something that is bigger than ourselves, feeling a sense of purpose, a sense of engagement with people who are proximally close to us, maybe. So like our neighbors, our church group, our exercise class, whatever that might be. Or it can be more of like a global community. If you have like a really thriving online connection with people, that can be a great way to build community as well.
That's it. I'm joining the Elks. That's what I'm going to become, a Mason. That's what I'm going to do. That's a community.
It is a community.
Yeah,
it might help.
Sure. I mean, I say that as a joke, but I mean that's why people did join social clubs a lot. It's it was a way to establish to have some community.
What's the final C?
Exactly. The final C is care. And this is about being proactive in our own well-being. So practicing things like self-care, reading a book, taking a break, making sure we're showering or bathing regularly, as well as seeking professional care, such as going to a therapist, seeing our primary care provider regularly, things like that. So being just proactive about our own well-being.
Okay, I'm going to, Carrie, Gina.
Yes?
I promise today I'm going to start showering regularly.
Thank you.
I
That's
promise.
caring for us as well. That
Yes.
we're in the room with
It's
you.
going to help with everybody's mental well-being, I bet.
I promise, and I promise that I will not stop using deodorant.
Thank you.
I'll use deodorant, I promise.
All right.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, where can people find out more about this, Elena?
People can learn more about this, as well as Nightingale's amazing programs, by visiting nightingale.edu.
Ms. Wood, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
So we'll take a break, play a song, and crawl towards the exits after these. Stand by. Retire with Jim.
So Jim is a financial counselor that we've met, and he's really he knows his stuff. He knows how to help you plan for the future. I'm terrible with money. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and particularly long-term planning for money. I just don't know what to do. Every person has a unique, different kind of financial situation, and Jim can explain things to you in a way that you will understand it and help you plan for your future. I would really trust him to do that well for you. We all work hard in our careers for most of our lives, and the ultimate goal is having financial security to retire with. So you can get a free consultation with Jim, and he's absolutely free. He's great. Go to retirewithjim.com/X96. If you don't have a financial planner, you should really talk to Jim. retirewithjim.com/X96. That's
You took him. You took him.
On this day,
I didn't.
Wayne Sweeney, one of Saliva's founding members, died at the age of 59. Frank does not kill these people,
I
Gina.
know. I get orders from the home office.
And he feels horrible about it.
I didn't want to, but it was click, click, boop is what I did. Click, click, boop. Booped him on the nose.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, Frank, but
Yes?
Saliva was one of our early big ass shows.
Oh, yes.
X96 big ass
Oh,
shows.
yes. I always hover around the big concerts.
Well, that's a good idea.
Just in case.
Something could happen.
Frank Christ is with us. He is a celebrity Grim Reaper. Frank, I was wondering, do you get any royalties from that cartoon, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Oh, I wish, boy.
That cartoon was very popular on Cartoon
Very,
Network.
very popular. I don't get any royalties from any depiction of me.
How do you feel about the cartoon depiction of you in that?
Well, that
or is
one,
that you?
That one was close, and that's why it upset me the most. It's because I mean, look at that face.
Yes.
And then look at my face.
It's kind of a long face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Well,
I'll tell you the one that I didn't care for was the Bill and Ted.
Oh,
Bill and Ted.
yeah.
Oh, didn't care for that one at all.
How about the one in the Monty Python movie that said it's the salmon moose?
Well, that one really made me look like a badass.
It did. It did. Well, Frank is here to play a macabre game that we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Frank has brought a list of celebrities. And we keep the list small, 4 celebrities. And on this list of celebrities, 3 of them are...
No, they're fine. They're just fine.
1, Frank has gone to their death scene and taken them away to the great waiting room in the sky or whatever it is, wherever they go. Do we have a contestant?
Andrea.
Andrea, good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I know you are. Andrea, you could win what, Gina? What can Andrea win?
Tickets. This is actually win them before you can buy them tickets to Three Doors Down and Candlebox. They're coming to USANA Amphitheater on July 20th. Tickets go on sale Friday, March 24th at livenation.com.
Are you ready to play?
I am ready.
All right. You have to find the one person on this list who Frank has taken away, because the other three are, as Frank says.
They're fine.
Just fine, yeah. These are Saturday Night Live hosts from season 1 of Saturday Night Live. Number 1 on the list, Louise Lasser, known for her portrayal of the title character on the soap opera satire Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. She was married to Woody Allen and appeared in several of Woody Allen's early films.
Really?
Some reports claim that Lasser's erratic behavior as host on Saturday Night Live led to her being the first person ever banned from SNL. According to Lasser, though, she said, "For me to threaten to walk off the show, I would never do that for spite. Banned. That's a horrible thing to have said. It is not true." Number 1 on the list, Louise Lasser. Number 2, Robert Klein. American stand-up comedian, singer, actor, Klein has released 4 comedy albums in his career: A Child of the 50s, Mind Over Matter, New Teeth, and Let's Not Make Love. The first 2 albums received Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album nominations. He performed I Can't Stop My Leg with the Saturday Night Live Band, co-written by Paul Schaefer and Howard Shore when he hosted. Number 2 on the list, Robert Klein. Number 3, host from Saturday Night Live Season 1, Dick Cavett, American television personality, former talk show host. He appeared regularly on nationally broadcast television in the U.S. for 5 decades. Cavett was nominated for at least 10 Emmy Awards. He won 3. Jimmy Cliff was the musical guest when Cavett hosted Saturday Night Live. Number 3, Dick Cavett. And finally, number 4 on the list, Jill Clayburgh. She received the Cannes Film Festival Award for Best Actress and was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress for her breakthrough role in Paul Mazursky's An Unmarried Woman. She also received a second consecutive Academy Award nomination for Starting Over, as well as 4 Golden Globe nominations for her film performances. The Saturday Night Live she hosted featured the very first appearance on SNL of Mr. Bill.
Oh, no!
That's right. Number 4 on the list, Jill Clayburgh. So there you go. 4 hosts from a long time ago on Saturday Night Live. Do you know who's no longer with us?
I'm going to go with number 3.
Number 3, Dick Cavett? No, I'm sorry.
He's fine. He's just fine.
Dick is 86, still kicking. I heard him interviewed fairly recently. He's still, he's got all of his wits about him, too. So, no, Dick is still with us. But here, I'll give you another chance. If you get it on this second try...
You'll get those tickets.
Yeah, you'll get the tickets. Here we go. Okay. Is it Louise Lasser, Robert Klein, or Jill Clayburgh?
Ooh, I'm going to go with Jill Clayburgh.
Absolutely right. Jill Clayburgh. You get the ticket. She died in 2010, pretty early. She was 66.
Was she dancing as fast as she could?
She had chronic lymphatic leukemia for 20 years and dealt with it privately before dying from it at her home in Lakeville, Connecticut. So there you go. You get the tickets, Andrea, and congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hang on the line, and somebody will come on and tell you what you need to do next. Let's see. We check these other people. Robert Klein is 81, still doing stuff. Louise Lasser is still alive. I didn't know that.
That one surprised me.
I didn't know she was married to Woody Allen.
Yeah, very, very early. She was in his first 3 movies, Take the Money and Run.
Oh.
And I can't remember the name of the other 2 offhand. And she is, she runs an acting school in New York. She's, still working. She's 83. And Dick Cavett, 86. And I said Robert Klein, 81. You ever seen him do I Can't Stop My Leg?
Oh, it's very funny.
It's hilarious. It's just hilarious.
I bet you could find that on YouTube.
Yes, you could. Frank, what's up with you today?
Well, I'm going to go wish Chaka Khan happy birthday today.
Chaka Khan.
She's 70.
Oh.
Holding up. Holding up.
She's holding up. Maybe you should check in on Louise Lasser.
Maybe.
She's every woman.
Yeah.
I will. I'll marry Hartman.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank. So long. Louise Lasser, I read a bunch of stuff about her doing this. She is kind of nutty. was kind of nutty, and there was in Saturday Night Live. She maybe was. She had problems.
Okay.
When she was hosting.
Well, I mean, she was married to Woody Allen. That'll affect anybody.
That's right.
All right.
Any because?
No.
No.
It was just there.
We didn't talk about the American Music Awards at all, and it's not. I mean, it's not a big award show,
right?
But do we need to keep having older pop stars kissing their dancers at things? Is that? Do we need to?
Huh?
Do we?
What's the problem?
Jennifer Lopez is
Yeah.
kissing her backup dancer. I mean, is this how we stay relevant? Kissing your backup dancers?
What's wrong with that?
It's just been done, for one thing.
Well,
Madonna's done it for years.
Well, maybe they do it because it's a way to say thank you.
No.
What do you, I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
like part of their.
Oh, it's not
routine.
like at the end and they're kissing and
No.
saying thanks. We did a great
It's
job.
like, ooh, look how naughty I am, 55-year-old Jennifer Lopez kissing backup. Look, I'm still edgy.
Well, now that you've put it in perspective, it is naughty, and I kind of like it.
I look at that and go, number one, it's been done. You're not it's not edgy. The people have been doing that before.
Gina, here's my suggestion: do what I do. Don't watch those stupid shows. Why did you? I mean,
I didn't watch it. There's a story about it.
No.
It's the what was it? Billie Eilish is the artist of the year or something.
Yeah. She won a bunch of awards.
You didn't watch the actual show.
I did not.
though.
No.
Well, then maybe you're taking this out of context.
I guess Rod Stewart won.
He won.
Or he sang something. Or?
He won because we played some Rod Stewart last week. Remember, because he won a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Janet Jackson got an Icon Award.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rod Stewart Lifetime Achievement. They both performed, Janet and Rod. Rod did 6 minutes. Janet did 6 minutes.
Post Malone won Favorite Male Country Artist, which is interesting. Beyonce won Favorite Female Country Artist.
Well, he did. He's turned to country for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish he hadn't, but there you go.
I want to tell Jennifer Lopez, you're beautiful and talented.
Gina, send her a note. Send her a note.
You don't have to go there.
From one beautiful and talented person to another, I don't think you have to go there. Say that.
I mean.
Or maybe say, if you'd like to come and kiss me, you
No,
can.
it's been done. You can be relevant without that.
Well, how would she be relevant? I can't imagine.
I don't know.
I think that her husband Ben is behind all this. Kiss!
Get out there and kiss one of your dancers.
All right.
Anyway. All right, let's do the promo and get out of here.
Holiday weekends are always a good source for things that must go.
I've got one when your dog rolls around in something smelly. Why do they do that?
Trying to figure out why dogs do anything must go.
Send us your things that must go to radiofromhell@x96.com.
What is that smell?
Owner of the day, Dr. Cobble, maybe even what is that smell? Wednesday morning here on X96.
That'd be a good game to play on the radio. What's that smell? Figure it out.
Well, then we'd call it, listen, do you smell something?
Yeah. I like it.
That's what all right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
It's not like Wonder Woman's plane.
You know who is wonderful?